fight. This isn't.
That is pretty much all
Okay.
that happened. But see if you can remember how it went down.
Yeah, I might be able to. We walked in, we embarrassed ourselves a little, but that was kind of last session, in a way. And then that's where we picked up, and the guy was like, okay, I'm gonna beat your ass. And we were like, nah. And Vesper was like, and I hate you, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, missed, and then was mad, and then we all... But I remember that pretty well. And there was lots of little bugs crawling out of the vents and stuff. And there was big bugs. And yeah, we hit them, and then we hit the guy that was controlling the bugs. So then, and the giant big bug came from the back, and everyone was like, "Oh no, that's not good." And but who killed that bug? I don't remember.
Maybe Kenfath?
I did, I think.
It was not me.
It was me.
Huh?
It was
On a
reaction.
Yeah.
On a reaction, huh? I remember that you didn't kill it in turn.
And yeah, and then we won, and then we found this like plaque that was a little whisper box thingy with a clue, and no one fucking knew how to answer it, but then Kinfat did. Finally, thank you. And then, after Eb was like water and went in there.
Yeah, cheater.
Yeah, and then we went in there, and then we beefed about like magic items for the rest of the time, and that's all.
What kind of beef?
Yeah.
Like roast beef or
I
Plant-based.
don't know.
Yeah.
corned beef?
Yeah,
Um,
beef.
Wagyu.
I think you might need to unplug and replug your mic, by the way. It's kind of crackling a little bit. Unless that's just me. I'm in some weird Wi-Fi situation, but...
It was cracked.
I'm hearing it too.
Okay.
I would bet it is.
Was our opportunity to tell Foster he was
about
crazy, but it's fine, guys.
Brother, I know I'm crazy. You locked me in a room. It's a rubber room.
He knows he's crazy.
Rats and rats make me crazy. So, in addition to that, when the bug came through, the Cockroach King was like, yo, this bug look weird. And the bug had roses on it. And then Dahlia spoke out over you all and was like, fucking Queen Sable's powers is so far reaching. Maybe I'll make a little kingdom for myself here. And then y'all were like, nah. And then like, yeah. And then, ba-ba. And then at the end, fucking Fennon was like, who the heck is Queen Sable? What's going on here? And Ren was like, yeah, bro, we got to talk about this. So then you guys had some beef. And then here we are in the room.
Corned beef. Corned beef.
There we go. Some corned beef. So here we find ourselves. What's going on? Inspiration for you.
Sick.
Thanks.
You can catch me slamming some fucking blueberries in the background. They're I'm eating good berries. Step one.
Ebenezer is gonna start scooping up gold.
You're still water, aren't you?
No,
Destroy water.
I remember he told me I wasn't anymore.
You were not water, basically right at the same time they walked in.
Yeah, it was ass.
Alright, how do we want to distribute gold? How much are we leaving for the town?
Ah, fuck.
How much is there?
20k total.
What's the GDP of this city, Foster?
20k.
I don't even know how to calculate the GDP. So.
we have all of their money. This is the king's personal bank account.
You don't.
I think
I will say you don't have all of their money. They still have some money. This is just like the parts that he was taxing off the top of it.
Oh, well, fuck them then.
Well, that's just not
Ebenezer pockets 5,000 gold.
No, you don't.
He can't carry that much gold.
Yeah, I
You
can.
literally, it would take you such a ridiculous amount of time to do that, and we will just come over and beat you up. Do you want to do that?
Worth.
No, we're gonna have a conversation about it, and figure it out.
As Ebenezer is scooping up gold, Kinfeth is going to go, Ebenezer, it might be wise to put this in Kalinor's box that has limitless supply of space.
I don't have any gold.
I agree.
He
only
shouldn't
agrees
have
'cause he
all
can
the
have all
money.
of it.
He shouldn't have all the money.
No,
Well-
we should distribute it evenly is the correct answer.
Well, yes, but we can put the excess in Kalinor's box, as that'll be easier to carry.
Well, we
We may be able to leave 6,000 with the town and each take 2,000 for an
Yeah.
even split.
Hold
Let's
on.
do that.
That's
That sounds
Yeah.
like math.
That is correct, man.
That sounds like a very decent thing to do.
are you we including Finian in this?
Yeah.
I assume.
Finin?
Finian, whatever.
Phineas and Furbian.
I know what we're gonna do today.
Good.
I count 7 of us here.
I suppose.
Finnan,
Didn't
do you
think
think 6,000 would be enough for the city?
I think it would help. That's a lot of. I've seen it all before, but never in one spot yet. I think it would help.
Sick.
Well, why don't you take an extra 6,000 over to Grandmama and have her distribute it how it should be.
That's what I would have done. So
So I can
Good
put
on
2,000 gold in my pocket right now.
Or put 2,000 in Kalinor's and not have to carry 2,000.
No, that's fine. I'll
Coins.
put it in my
Hold
pocket.
on.
That's fine.
Hold on.
Aren't we
But
ignoring coin weight specifically?
Yeah, like I
You
really
fucking
don't want
dummies.
to be
Yeah, but like
filling
the
up
head,
my.
they have no weight, but the head cannon of carrying 2,000 coins is
think a chink.
Ebenezer's
take a
pretty
walk.
stout. He can do it.
This fucking.
Well. Does Finnan get the gold and go do that, or are we gonna continue to talk?
I don't think
I
we
wanna know.
walked out yet.
Oh, I know. That's not what I'm asking. Are we gonna go out, or should I wait? Go out.
What am I
You can start
missing?
walking out if you want.
Oh, God, you're gonna hand me the gold. I'm gonna fucking leave. I'll see you at Grandmama's. If
Opportunity
you want to
attack.
come see me.
All right, Finnan, we'll see you there.
So I have what, 8,000 at the moment?
Yes.
I swear to fucking God.
I'm freaking rich.
Just since we're talking about money, I would like to update everyone on our pot from the Luther credit card. We currently have 1,800 gold pieces from that so far.
Good lord.
300 a day, so.
Wow.
Pog.
And we're trying to
I'll
take
take-
all this gold from this fucking town.
All right. Well, now that we got all the gold, what's our next plan of action? I would like to go see Grandmama. For no real reason. I mean, like maybe some warm food or something.
Ebenezer,
Seems
we saw you flirting. It's okay.
Nah, flirting?
I'm sure it's not every day that you meet a woman around your age that is interested, so.
it's alive.
That's rude. But yeah, you're right.
Well, we do have.
What do we want to do with this collection of items? Are we just throwing
Items.
this in the bag and coming back to it later, or
I feel a particular draw to this garment of seemingly elemental squirrel keeper. If anyone
seems-
has any quarrels, I would like to take this.
we'll fight you to the death
Uniquely
over this?
Useful to you.
Go for it, Kinpath. I suppose Ren will flicker his sword. I suppose I'm particular to swords.
I would like to try the rings at some point. Maybe being able to cast some other sort of magic. That would be interesting. I don't necessarily need to keep them, but the experiment would be quite interesting, to say the least.
I think these rings are useful in a unique way that we should consider these relegated to the group. I think we should see what use befits us that day. There are many situations I could think of this use. We have lots of diverse spellcasters amongst us, and we could do some interesting things.
Does it make sense to bag those and worry about it when we camp?
Sure. I can keep them in my trunk here until we have a use for them, unless somebody wants them presently. No, I will put them in the trunk until we find a use for them, which I'm sure we shall.
I mean, that helmet looks mighty interesting, but I certainly don't want to hog anything. What are other people thinking?
I do find myself quite interested in the helmet. Armor of Agathis is a spell that I've been interested in a while, but it is unfortunately outside of my my particular scope.
It's a good one. It's saved my ass on more than one occasion. Back when Big Homeboy Finger of Death me, it was the only thing that kept me alive, actually.
Oh.
Ah, yes, Big Homeboy.
Perhaps
I don't have my notebook is a mile that way.
Perhaps sometime I could get you to try to teach me. I was able to learn a druidic spell from one of the druids from the village. I would be appreciative of your time.
Yeah, and if it proves to be too funny, I'm sure we could always work something out with the rings, maybe.
True. Good
Yeah,
point.
like everybody in the party could be healers now, and like we could all heal each other and be friendship, and other people could do healing things.
I think one of the most powerful combinations of those rings would be giving you one and anybody else who has more abundant spell slots to meta speak. I don't know how to fucking but somebody with a lot of spell slots with healing word.
A higher endurance of magical capabilities.
There we go.
Nice.
Kinfat, thank you.
The bugbear.
That one's in character, I guess.
Reach, my guy.
Anyway, yes.
Everyone else thinking. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh no, that just would. To share your powers would require one of your attunement slots, Vesper, is all.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. You know, at some point, if we plan for that, I'm sure everybody could find a use for it. We be tuning and driving sometimes. You feel me?
I'll turn to point at Finnan, but then realize he left with 8,000 gold. Oh, okay. Vesper,
I want to.
Are any of these magical items calling to you?
One of them literally, yes. I hear voices in my head a lot, as we all know. But that cashmere sweater is literally talking to me right now. I didn't know how to bring it up.
You should put it on. Wait, is it bad to hear? Oh no.
I put it on.
Advise you that there is a curse on it, but
oh no. Oh, what have I done?
Oh shoot! Whoops.
As you put it on, you get there's this feeling that many adults have forgotten, and Vesper maybe has never felt. But this warm sense of like sitting on your father's knee as a young lad, feeling the rough callousness of his hands after a long day of work, and yet his warmth enwraps you as he shows you an object of your interest and explains how it works. And it's just this warm, fatherly feeling wraps around you immediately, and I don't think Vesper would even know how to put that into words, but it's such a tantalizingly good feeling that your brain gets this rush of endorphins that you've never felt like this before.
Daddy? What?
Oh, Vesper, that looks sick on you, dude. Could I try it on real quick?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Daddy's mine.
Ren will kind of pick up the helmet and kind of turn it upside down, and he's gonna like really soft lob it over to Kaelinor.
Kitch.
I think it would make a mighty fine addition to what you've got going.
I appreciate it. Foster, what does this helmet look like?
Cool.
That's a party
Good
hat.
question. It. I don't know if there was a symbol ever made for that particular character, but it is a dark steel.
Sick.
That sort of curls up and then comes down on the middle. But on that little nose spot, it actually splits into three. One down the side and one kind of along the bridges here. In notable resemblance to like a trident. And then where there would be the plume sort of thing is like what looks like seaweed, not literal seaweed, but it's designed to look like that as it kind of drapes back over.
That's sick. I'm gonna, with the helmet in my one hand, I'm gonna dispel my armor back into the rod, and then kind of as it's still turning into liquid in my hand, I'm gonna turn it into like a little chain with a little clip on the end, and I'm gonna hook it around that nose piece, put a little hook around that, and then clip it to my belt, so that my armor and helmet are there together, kind of.
Sick.
Oh yeah.
Maeve, do any of these artifacts call to you? Maybe not literally, and I'll point to Vesper, but
Unless
Literally,
and
yes.
Ren will like give a hard look.
Yes,
No?
this
Okay.
one that was not here last time, but as I just noticed all of a sudden.
In this extra closet over here. Whoa, dude.
I didn't see this before.
it was hidden
Ring,
under the
it's really
20
cool.
pieces of gold that we just looted. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Still with the tags.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was there. Now I want to swap.
Fight to the death.
You wrenching this?
Well, did Finnan say that he wanted anything? We forgot to ask him if he wanted anything before he left.
He kind of
We asked for the mirrored edges last time.
Finnan strikes me as the kind of guy that wants those two daggers right there.
Everybody keeps acting like this guy is a part of our team, and I view him as a person who gave us this mission, and I'm confused.
I guess just I don't know. It feels to me like what Morgan always could have been.
Southern accent and nice. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. I didn't
You know-
mean it. It was a joke.
I think he's
Sort of.
kind of a cute guy to be in our party. I don't know. Maybe we should go like put him in danger, like we do to
Yeah.
ourselves a lot.
I like
I
his
think I heard-
bomb.
Thank you, Ebenezer.
I can't
We
follow
will.
that, man.
You know,
Kaelinor, I think I might have seen him cast a healing word. I think we should pull him into this.
That is true. I watched him pick Ebenezer up.
We
Side
will.
eye at Ebenezer.
Ebenezer's not gonna notice.
Nice. That does
Great.
mean that we have to tell him everything. Are we okay with
Yes.
that?
Maybe
Everything? That's like a lot of
Is it?
VOD review.
third.
It is
Most
worth noting
things.
that cockroach threatened his place directly and said names of Fae that he heard and was absorbed by. So he
Right.
has a little bit of involvement here.
It just occurred to me that actually there's a lot of involvement with the Fae stuff that we're dealing with that we discovered in this battle.
Hmm.
You know, and then a friend. Hold on. This guy, that's the op to the guy, should probably fucking vibe. Right?
The ops of my ops is my slime, as they say.
This guy fucking gets it. Anyway, yeah,
Can I
we should like
request
tell him
psychic
some
damage?
stuff.
I suppose at the worst case, we share what we know, and he can decide for himself if he wants to risk his life for the sake of the world.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we could just ask him.
Most
he
people
wants to
get the
join us.
choice. We
You
did
know,
drag Ebenezer here against his will, but everybody else gets the choice.
Norm didn't get a choice.
I feel like
Norm,
Yeah, Norm did. Yeah.
Norm
if-
almost didn't get a choice.
Rusted. Ebenezer's gonna like.
Confederate
What does
Norm
that
has-
mean in this world?
Norm hasn't been born yet.
Just like to my brother Norm, you know what I'm saying? Just like
I will pour one out for Norm.
Does it be the
This whole
R and
thing
the
is a
O?
cross, so like, what does this mean in this world?
Soul.
Norm.
It means Norm.
Shout out to
Can I
my
request psychic
normies.
damage again?
Hey, I'm
guys,
gonna
look
take
at-
this cool rock on a chain and stick it in my pocket and use it later. If we're speaking of healing, by the way. I don't know. I
makes
just
sense.
got a feeling that it does that based on something that I saw.
Keanu did identify all of these,
Oh yeah,
but also yes.
based on that thing that you said,
Yeah.
we should like somebody's gonna be doing this at some point.
We could probably catch up with Finn, and I think that gate is fucking welded.
Did we weld it?
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I do have my staff and rod.
I'm
Just
sure
gonna
we
be
can-
there and just me going, "Let me out!"
Ebenezer's got 19 strength, bro. Let me at it. I'll freaking punch it down.
Is everyone?
Well,
In fact, Ebenezer wants to punch the door to see if he
That's
can
like
break it.
a lot of movement away, but are we gonna go? Nothing
Yeah,
else
let's
of
do it.
interest in here or the big place? Can we put his head on a
you
stick?
Found everything worth finding. Yeah,
Can we put his head on a stick?
oh,
Jesus.
that's up to you.
I guess we might need proof.
That seems kind of anti-Vesper's whole deal, but
Well,
Was
suit
his club magic?
nope, just a big club.
Jesus.
this is a big dude. All right, to the door.
Let's go.
I'll draw an L on his forehead and pant him.
With a knife.
Handsome.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna take his pants. Like, wasn't this guy only like a super muscular dude with no shirt on and a big club?
He was not very muscular, but he's very large. Yes.
It was very
All right.
fat, man.
It was a big
I
fat
will.
guy.
All right, I'll take his pants then.
Okay.
We
like
have to
to-
show the,
Is this like
Ooh, Finnan gave the quest.
the
Yeah.
trophy that you can show the townspeople?
Yeah.
Have
I'm
his
gonna
pants.
put him up on a flagpole. That's my idea here.
After you
Okay.
defeat the Cockroach King, bring me his pants to verify your success.
Yeah. We must de-pants the cock king.
That honestly, it feels like a Captain Underpants story.
It
Yeah, well.
does.
I
I'm
could see it.
gonna drag one of the cockroaches over to cover up this now naked man from the waist down.
Excellent. With that accomplished, you all make your way back towards the door. The cockroach is now kind of hanging around this area a little less, seemingly dispersing a little more naturally than they were before. But then you arrive at the door, and it sounds like Ebenezer would like to try to punch it.
Yeah, Ebenezer's gonna be like, "All right, everybody, step back." And he's gonna like crack his bones, and you would literally hear like every bone in his body like being displaced as he's doing it.
Boss is about to fudge this roll so hard just to gas Ebenezer up, and I'm gonna
Isn't
be
it?
pissed.
I'm not
He's a
rolling
19
it.
strength.
I know, but he could say the door has 2 AC and 1 HP.
I'm gonna say, hold on, I gotta sign in real quick. Don't roll anything yet.
I'm rolling.
I'm gonna grab the
Open
gate.
Roll 20.
I'm gonna grab the gate right where I
Ebenezer's
welded
like
it.
doing stretches. He's like bending over, touching his toes, and like he's like
Prove it.
he's like doing like
Yeah, do it right
neck
now.
rolls.
Ebenezer, I
don't
didn't
think
know
you
that
can.
you were this limber.
What happened?
you're
to
describing
the
Dick's-
frail old man. What happened?
I don't-
What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I mean, I used to, conjuration fighter in my fighting pit. I used to, fool
Aren't you
around
like
a little
negative
bit.
1?
Isn't this like a conjuration that we're just saying? It's not actually him.
I wish.
I'm gonna say the door has a 15 AC, and you need to do at least. Wait, how much damage can you do with an unarmed strike?
Or
Ooh. Oh, 4.
I can do 5
You do
max.
5. Oh, it's 5 flat. Okay, so I'm just gonna
Oh, it
say.
is. Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna say it wait.
Should this be like a strength check?
It should be, but he wants to punch the door.
yeah, that's fair.
What if I like?
Okay, you know
What
what?
if
I'm gonna say that the door has an 18 AC, and it's gonna have a 15 AC. If you hit the door, then I'll make you do a strength check afterwards.
Perfect.
If
That's
I
amazing.
hit the door,
Now you
Yeah.
have to roll twice. Double the chances you fuck this up.
can I? Is someone like pumping me up here? Like advantage?
I'm a little
I-
nervous for your body.
I would have
Yeah,
tried to.
Watching from a safe distance.
You're about to punch a metal grate.
More
Yeah.
curious than anything.
Ebenezer, please be careful. You are old.
Oh, that's a hit.
All right.
That's
19.
a hit.
Then I'm gonna say, roll me. We'll call this an athletics check of 12 because you already hit it. So we'll make that a little bit easier.
Oh, please.
May I
please,
guide
please, please.
Ebenezer by
You may.
pointing to the saucy part where I welded the door?
By all means.
Would it like weaken
Here.
it to like
Your
Make me feel
forehead
better
right
about
here.
myself.
This is the quit spot.
my forehead? What does that mean? Plus something?
A D4.
At a
You
D4.
roll athletics. Oh, him. Yeah, D4.
Does he roll the d4?
You can do it.
I do it.
No, I'm
Either way,
beating you.
Somebody roll a D4.
I did it first.
See, so I add 2. Yes. Yeah.
You go to swing on this door,
Go.
and these fucking rockets on the back of the thing just catapult your whole body forward into it. But it's enough to bust the door through the welding, and it flies open into the other side.
Everybody's gonna be like
Vesper with it.
and he's like gonna like keep yelling after the door's been punched, and he's gonna like breathe heavy. I'm gonna turn around.
Heart attack check.
Guys, I did it.
I'm gonna hand a gold piece to Maeve and go, damn it, as though we had made a bet. Well done, Ebenezer. That was fucking wild. I've never seen an old man
got
go down.
And it's also worth noting, I guess Finnan is here.
Oh, yeah, hey, Finnan.
I was sad. I was just sitting there sad because I couldn't get out. Watching this, I go, wait, I thought he was a frail old man. What happened here?
He is. He has gloves.
He is.
What, he got gloves?
Don't
Gloves do that?
Look at his hands.
We should probably keep going instead of talking about this.
Galenor's 20 feet away.
He is a... Oh, okay. I'm just going to start sprinting.
Brush
All
myself
right,
off. Drag
Does
the gate
anyone
back.
want to like?
Oh, as I'm sprinting, I'm just going to start doing town crier. The king is dead! The king is dead! We are free!
I'll to Vesper, I'll give him, well shit. I'll put my two staves together and like offer to flagpole it on my staff. And I'll
I
be like,
climb to the
"Here,"
top
and
of the
then-
staff and hold the pants.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Make me an acrobatics check.
Me?
Which one of us?
Yeah.
Can I guide
As
myself?
you balance on top of a.
While he's making
Yeah,
that
yeah,
roll,
you can.
I want to pick up the grate and just lay it against the door hole. Just like heavy sigh as this is all happening.
You begin to climb the
I do,
flagpole that
yes.
Kinfath has made, and as you get to the top, Kinfath waving it all around, you are unprepared, and the whole thing comes down with you on top of it, smacking into the docks.
The
of the
king
city.
is.
Oh shit! Sorry, Vesper. Are you okay?
Ah! Right on top of the spot where I just flew across the alley with the gate. Fuck!
Vesper, let's just put the pants on the staff instead of you riding it.
That's a great idea, actually.
Thank you.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
I didn't either. You're not at fault.
As you wave the king's pants and,
Yeah.
and tells everybody that that the king is dead, you do see people like there's like a look of skepticism at first from most of these people, but like those that recognize Finnan, you can see are like a little bit more like, wait, maybe this is real, and they're not really sure quite how to react to it just yet, but you can see that people are recognizing this and knowing.
No, man, they're lying. They're like, oh wait, are those his pants? Bro, those are his pants.
These are his real pants!
He is dead.
Cheer!
Look how fucking huge they are!
This is like a what is it? Glen, the dealership in Fort Wayne that has the gigantic fucking flag.
Yes.
I'm imagining
yeah.
pants that are just like comically large.
Yes. The real king's pants! Praise us!
Well, you make your way through town towards Grandmama's.
Grandmama!
And when you arrive, she opens the door and she sees the king's pants on a flagpole, and she goes, "Well, hell, y'all did it. Y'all already went and did it. Y'all are heroes, you know that?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all come inside. We'll have some good supper, and we'll talk about what the hell's going on then. Get inside."
I'm gonna set my staffs down, and they're immovable. So I'm just gonna let go and let him stand there as his pants fly in the wind.
Excellent. Does everyone want to go inside with her?
Heck
Yep.
yeah.
All right. As everybody enters, I think as Ebb enters last, Grandmama kind of puts her hand on the small of your back and like guides you in, like just a little bit suggestive.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna like act like I'm like a little tired and sore. Like, oh, that was a hard battle we just got back from.
She'll go, oh, you sit down, honey. I'll get you some.
You fucking died.
Ebony's just gonna like quickly be like, okay, and he's gonna go like go sit down and get comfortable.
Can I hold down A to skip the Ebenezer flirt scene? or is this an unskippable cutscene?
It's
At full volume, and you
cutscene.
can't change
Yeah.
it until it's done.
Unplugging my
That's not what it looks
PC,
like.
not finishing this game.
Yeah, it's a video game that has a new game plus, but you have to watch the whole credits.
Oh, that's fucked. We're here.
Yeah, Grandmama goes off into the kitchen to start making some food for you guys, for everybody. And you, the rest of you, including Finn and R, left there in the front room. What do you say?
So, just to go back, who's this voice that I heard right at the end when something about this world taking over? I was so flustered I didn't know what it was all that about.
All right, kid, we're gonna give it to you straight. Do you want the whole story or do you want the quick answer and we'll never talk to you again? I'm talking for the long run. It's gonna be dangerous, my guy.
You want to join us?
You want in or what, kid?
You should tell him what it means.
Wait.
This is
Before
not
you,
desperate at all. What's going on here?
I'm trying to work on, like social skills. And sometimes
don't
they
do that.
backfire on me
you're
in like a
scaring me.
negative one sort of way specifically. Because I come on a little too strong.
It's okay. Vesper,
Really,
I don't
my sample size, the pool I have, my inspiration, if you will, is mostly you guys and college kids. So,
I think you did good, Vesper.
Yeah, that
anyway,
sucks.
here is a fish on a plaque I offer as a token of our sincerity to
Hey.
you.
That's fucking mine.
It is now, yes. We bestow it upon you as a gift.
I'm just gonna shake my head, grab it, put it back on the wall. Fucking knew something.
So,
Okay.
Finn and
What the hell?
we're involved in some stuff. It's kind of bigger than Andover, or really all of Wynn.
Maybe even bigger than that, actually.
Bigger. Wait. What you mean? More than win?
I'm gonna look at the party.
So, no pressure, but if we go into this, are you willing to maybe leave home for a little bit?
Well, I've been wanting to. I've had a whole escape plan drawn out for if you guys decided not to, help. But
We got the pants.
now I think I need to travel, get out of the Andover, see more. So I
And
mean, if this is
Grandmama's
what
okay
you're
with that?
offering, she's not my real grandmama, but we all call her.
Figured.
I think she would be proud and let me on my way.
I feel like
Well-
there's a whole myth and mythos around Grandmama.
What you would think that based on, my limited understanding of relationships between humans and social skills. What interests you about Grandmama's power and wisdom? What most about her political standing in the town and inspiration to its lower class people stands out to you the most, Ebenezer?
She makes some good food.
Okay.
We
So
we're getting a
love
little
is
sidetracked
about
here.
being gluttonous.
It helps.
Jesus fuck.
I was getting water, but upon hearing that Grandmama is not Finnan's real mother,
Grandmother.
grandmother, I'm gonna gently nudge Ebenezer and give him a wink.
Very obviously, Finn is just gonna look at him, shake his hand, and go, "I can't stab her, but I want to. I want to."
So having extra help would be great, but what are we even doing next?
It's a good question.
Finn is just standing there, like, smile on
What are
his
you even
face,
doing
look
at all?
dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Finnan currently has no idea what your current mission is. Not that you necessarily do either, but
So,
Fuck.
Looking at my map.
our original plan was to go into one of the rifts after we fought the monster, but then we came here and helped the town.
Finnan doesn't know that you're doing anything with rifts. Why are you doing rifts? What's the deal here? What's
Hey, you're not finished.
Do
Shut up.
you say riffs out loud so I can say what are riffs?
I was role playing.
Oh, okay. Riffs. What kind of riffs? What are we talking about? Riffs? What's going on here?
Well,
Have you ever had
Okay.
regrets about the past?
Let's start from the top, okay? I'll just fucking rip the band-aid off. Kaylina doesn't say that part. That's Evan talking to everybody else.
I grew up as a monk, not knowing his parents. Raised in Taladoga.
I was bit
So-
by a radioactive spider, you know the rest.
Finnan. Couple months ago, maybe a few weeks ago, I don't know, time is weird right now. Pissed off bard tried to revive a loved one and ripped holes in space-time. And there are all sorts of little pockets of reality stuck in different periods of time around the world. And we are currently going around and finding this man inside of those rifts and killing him or removing him to return them to normal. The Fey realm is also basically on fire as they're all fighting over each other, which is the woman that you heard in that room.
Yes. The
She's
Fey realm
also
is
a foe
also
of ours.
real. Interdimensional travel and whatnot.
We've been there a few times.
Twice. At least.
It's,
At least.
You
It's,
see why everyone beat around the bush a little bit, right?
Basically, Finnan, we're an elite task force assigned by a higher power to go into these time rifts, get shit done, and reap the benefits.
That is
Overthrow
literally
governments.
what we do.
Do
You look
drugs.
very hodgepodge. I don't think this is elite. The only one I think is elite here is this broody looking one.
Who?
Well, thank you, but
Red.
actually, I'm
That's
not.
his name.
Okay.
Rand.
Oh,
Did you not
Well-
see me punch that door open? I mean, I handled that
I
for
was
me.
told you had gloves that helped.
With all due respect, sir, we just kind of walked into town and overthrew your dictator in an afternoon. So you can keep your questioning of our abilities to yourself.
I'm not questioning. It's just. Never mind.
I think what my
Don't
friend
look
here is
very
trying to say is we accomplished in a matter of about 2 hours what hadn't been done before us.
Oh yes, because being a
So-
president and all that is just really easy to get around.
So, look, I'll be honest, we were fine without you. We can keep going without you. This is your chance, not ours.
I'm not saying no.
Are you in?
Sure.
sick. Give
I
him a
just
ring.
need to talk to 2 people before we leave. 3. 3 people.
There's like 6 of us here.
Yeah. Take your pick.
Okay, well, people that live
Um,
here, not you.
Oh,
Should be more specific. Several of
Well-
us are very literal.
I'm
I don't
being
know what
that.
jokes are.
There's a knock around that time at the door.
Please don't be one of the three. Oh my god.
Shh.
I actually don't care. Good.
Can we Scooby-Doo
Ebenezer
it?
will get up and they'll
I'm
let
gonna
them in.
open the door.
Finnan, you immediately recognize Pee-wee on the other side.
My boy.
The rest of you see young kid, probably 13-ish, 13, 14 in that time frame. He's like he's got very tanned skin and green eyes. Like he's like outside all the time. You can tell he's very sun-baked. He doesn't like say anything. He like waves to Finnan and then like scurries past and runs back to find Grandmama in the kitchen.
My boy.
Opportunity attack.
Who's that little one?
Lightning bolt. A roach.
I tuned him to my little brother. He's not really my little brother.
You guys are bad at that family thing.
I saved him from a bad situation, which caused 6 other people to be. I don't even want to talk about it. It's fine. Never mind. I'm gonna follow him back in there.
Sure. You head in there and you see like immediately he started like washing his hands at the sink as Grandmama has like immediately put him to work, like chop those onions. And he's just like, yep, cool. Still not saying much, just kind of chopping away, but he looks at you and he waves again, smiles, goes back to chopping.
Now, Pee-wee, I thought we talked about this. You're not supposed to you're... Grandmama, Pee-wee, I'm gonna have to tell you some. I'm going with these fellers and lady.
He looks up at you and just kind of froze his brow a little bit, confused, but like,
They've been telling me what's been going on in the world, and from what it seems, they might need some help. Also, Grandmama, he pulls out the sack of 6,000 gold and just slams it on the counter. This is for the town.
well,
Shit,
okay,
yeah.
There's a lot of gold you got there, man. I suppose I can put it in the bank, or maybe start a food kitchen, or just I don't know how to distribute this. I
was thinking like reset the infrastructure of the whole city, and get it back to what it was before. I don't even know what it was like before.
Oh, yeah,
I'm using big words. I found
the infrastructure of the whole city. Yeah.
I found a whole bunch
Burn
of
it all down. Start over.
I'm gonna go over to Pee-wee and kind of get his little height level, and I go, "You're gonna have to watch over for Grandmama while I'm gone. Think you can do that for me?" I want to hear it.
Yes, sir.
Good boy. I'll try and send letters as I can. I need to go talk to other people, so keep giving them some food and all that. Now I'll be back.
He like hugs you around the waist because that's like all the higher he gets, but then he just like he gets off real quick and just like
I tussle his hair as he does it.
Pee-wee's my new favorite.
Is this guy wearing a Timo hat?
Where would you get that idea?
Oh.
Then. Oh yeah. So you leave the room then? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the room and say, "I'll be right back."
All right.
Okay, while you're gone, we're going to talk about how we feel about you as a group and whether we want to let you on or kill you once we leave the city walls. Be careful on your journey.
Well, okay then. I'm sorry to be an inconvenience to your mind.
Not an
thoughts.
inconvenience
Okay,
at all,
bye.
just planning.
An inconvenience to your mind thoughts.
The second the door closes, Vesper's gonna go, what do you guys want to do for dinner?
I think that's covered.
Grandmama's making food.
Okay.
Yeah, she is. Ebenezer.
Yes, she is.
Kinfaz is implying secrets.
So,
You go ahead.
once we're done here and, we've presumably eaten and maybe rested,
Mm-hmm.
what do we want the plan to look like? Rift?
Well, that's what we had originally discussed.
We set out here to investigate another rift, I believe. Is that correct?
The Cernel.
Well, we have both the Cernel and the Farthington rifts that are pretty close to us right now.
I can't help but remember that Zarafel did give us a standing offer to take us, far away.
Which kind of far away?
Don't you?
Don't you?
Ah, continentally, yes.
It'd be
What are
quite the commitment.
Still on my mind, but I'm willing to keep waiting.
Should we clear Wynn before moving on to new lands? Lands beyond, if you will.
Brr, brr, brr. Credits. Unskippable.
I don't know if we necessarily need to complete every objective and win before moving on, but I do think there are some things that are for notice. We should try to solve Ebenezer's problem before we leave here, I think.
Which one?
Well,
That's a fair question. That's
I was
awfully...
specifically referring to the curse affecting you.
Do we have a lead on that out of above the table? My
The
notebook
reading
is-
or
yeah,
the blindness?
other house.
I asked
which-
Maeve
the
to...
blindness.
I think it was like, Maeve, correct me if I'm wrong, Ivy, but like the next time your room is done, you were going to do some research, or did you start that research for me before we left? I can't remember.
Not yet. The
Okay,
last
I
thing
didn't
I
think
did was
so.
that like trinket thing, and then
Okay.
once I get that thing.
So, that is awfully considerate of you. We don't have anything to really go off of other than what we've been told. I don't know if... I mean, it might be a wild goose chase.
There's no such thing as a wild goose chase. Every path has an end, Ebenezer. But to that end, with all due respect, it is not a decision that comes from compassion. It is a decision that is selfish in nature. You are an adept spellcaster, despite my original impressions of you, and your limitations chokehold that pretty strongly. And I think you would be a powerful ally if you were unrestricted. I don't want to go into dangerous waters, unknown waters with a kneecap.
That's
Everyone
fair.
should have kneecaps.
Hmm.
Helps you walk
You know what I mean?
and swim. To be honest, if you're in the water, it's not...
Omniscient being. Hush.
Not necessarily opposed. Do we know that the solution lies in Wynn?
I
I don't know these lands as well as you all. I don't know any history of jinns or genies. I guess I would be following you all.
I suppose just for the sake of expediting things, could I try to, with my cloak of library connectiveness, try to pull something about the same kind of thing that they were gonna have people research for? Like the
you could roll a history check, see how well you do. Yeah.
Can I guide my homie by telling him all of the history that I learned while I was studying history at Bogseth?
Did you study history at Bogsa?
Yeah, so basically I applied and completely lied on my resume. But like I got in because like, you know, they were like in really high demand for stuff. You know what I mean? And I was like, plants? They're like, you're fucking in, you know? So anyway, it's like old, I think. I'm pretty sure. There's like people older than me. So
if he's casting guidance, I don't think
I
his
am.
information is to actually be helpful.
I am.
Oh, yeah, you can cast guidance without telling that, but yeah.
I'd say that though. Everything I just said.
Yes.
18 total.
I hope that helps.
It did.
I think with an 18, you do have a book on the Grand Hunt. But what you don't learn anything specific to Ebenezer's case, but I do think you learned that the Grand Hunt went beyond the borders of Wynn. It included Wynn, but also went beyond the borders of Wynn.
Great, so now it could be in either continent.
Did the opposite of narrowing.
Maybe like another one.
We did just do the opposite of that, unfortunately.
What did we say to Finnan like 26 minutes ago? This is big. This is multi-continental, my guy.
That's
you know what I
true.
mean? We should have seen it coming, to be honest.
Do you think there's any researchers in Bogseth that might know about the existence of this last genie? And it's been a while since I've been there outside of that one visit that we did.
It's a possibility. It'd be a good place to check for such a thing.
A wealth of knowledge and cocaine addicts.
You run in different circles then.
I sell drugs to kids.
Do we
Notably a canon thing you've done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a group decision. I don't want to.
I didn't know it was wrong.
Oh, go ahead.
Could I perhaps have some time to maybe pray to Soul? I've not really tried this yet, but I figure maybe they know. Maybe.
Worth a shot?
Worth
Yeah,
asking
if you
for
have
guidance.
A deity you can call upon to maybe help us out. I don't. Sounds like an advantage to me.
Well, then I might excuse myself to go try whatever that is.
I can't promise you that your plate will be here when you get back.
That's fine. I don't really eat that much. By the way, Ebenezer, I've been thinking, and Ren will take his cloak off. I still have full fucking armor on.
Still hot.
The exposed shoulders.
I've been thinking, and it feels kind of redundant for me to have an item like this. I don't know what it would do to help you. It seems to have a magical effect that makes those that are hard harder to hit. But I don't know. That last fight, I saw you get hit pretty hard twice. and I can't always be around to take those hits for you. So I don't know if you'd have any interest in using this. I don't know if it would be of any use to you. I guess if not, see if somebody else want to while I'm gone.
Are you like putting it in my arms as?
I would drape it around you.
Yeah.
Like
What is
wrap
it?
it.
Did you?
on my
Have we
shoulders.
Have you? Forgive me. Have
You are
we
forgiven.
described what this cloak looks like, or how it?
Autumn leaves.
Ba 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 bee.
Some
So like the oranges
and I
and
would
browns.
like if I would also like to say it probably has some flowers in it at this point. But
Sure.
autumn leaves.
Okay. Dope.
And I'll excuse myself.
Ebenezer like won't even say anything. It'll just be like, just kind of like be stunned in the moment.
As you begin to exit the door, Pee-wee walks out into the front room holding 2 bowls, and he first looks up at you, Ren, because you're leaving, and you just see him kind of like, and he gives out bowls, but he doesn't say anything to you, just lets you go on your way.
Roasted.
Terrifying.
Was that a look of disgust or like
No, just kind of like gathering information on you, just like, what's this guy about?
Getting sized up by Pee-wee, my guy.
Truly.
is there a punt action?
Don't punch my boy.
Kick is a thing.
My boy!
my boy.
I've
Don't
got
punch my boy.
Underwave.
that's a good stand-in, yeah. Was I meant to take a bowl?
He does kind of hand one to you and offer to see if you want it.
What does it look like?
It is a wooden bowl, full of mostly rice, onions, carrots, and fish.
Ooh.
Oh hell yeah! I'll kind of lean down or maybe take a knee, take the bowl, smell it with a waft, say my compliments to the chef, and give Pee-wee a head pat.
He nods and goes on his way.
Same
can't
with
tell.
What'd you say?
I was gonna say after Redden leaves, I can't tell if were you. I'm sorry. Have you left? Or am I cutting it too early?
Nope. Yeah, I'm gone.
Okay. With him having left, I would say to the group, I can't tell if Soul has changed his demeanor, or if it's not being around Morgan.
Morgan was pretty brutal. Maybe
He was sullen is the word I would use.
Soulless.
Might be a little
And then-
intense, but
Then it's. I close the joke book and I put it back in my back pocket.
I, for one, think that we are all rubbing off on each other.
Nice, dude.
absolutely.
That's a good
I
start.
think our personalities are not necessarily shifting into one, but we're starting to understand each other's values and the things we fight for as individuals. And I think Ren has been positively affected by us.
Yeah.
Pee-wee's still standing in the middle of the room listening to all this with one other bowl in his hand.
Oh,
But he's like, he seems to be very interested in what you guys are talking about because like his big brother's leaving with you guys. He's like sizing you up. But he goes to Kinfeth and holds out a bowl.
thank you, my friend. And I'll offer my hand for a high five. Nice. Thank you, my friend.
He
from 10
runs
feet
back
away.
into the other room for a second.
Yeah, I'm
Comes
gonna
back out with
wait
two
for him to
more
walk
balls.
away. High five, my friend.
Deflect missile.
Comes back with two more bowls and just keeps standing there silently as you guys talk.
I
Dude,
take both
Ebenezer
of
will
them.
scoop a bowl.
Gotta
I
be
will
quicker
eat-
than that. I take both of them.
Actually, I will take a bowl and nibble at it to be polite, but I am very full because I ate like 4 good berries earlier.
Same.
I am full for 4 days worth today.
As he does give out bowls to everybody, he does pretty much the same thing he did with Ren to all of you, just like.
Pee-wee, is it? Do you have any questions for us as we'll be bringing Finnan along? I'm sure that you may have some questions about us, but so if you do.
We're now taking requests.
He runs up to Vesper and like just points at his sword and kind of looks around as if he's posing a question.
Ah.
This slices his head off.
This Pee-wee is a sword. It's a sharp weapon, and I have stabbed people with it, and I've stabbed myself with it, and I've used it to heal my friends and behead our enemies. It's very sharp. You could probably
he
cut a lot of
seems-
onions with this. Like,
He
it would
seems
make you
very happy
expert.
about all of that except for the I've stabbed myself with it part. But he's like, you read on his face that basically that's answered his question, like that you have used it and that you can. And he goes, And then he just runs back into the kitchen.
Damn, he didn't ask me a question. That's fucked.
Opportunity attack.
You don't have a sword, Confess. Obviously,
let's-
Pee-wee is
Not
a
enough.
swordsman's name.
Let's cut from here for a second. Where was Finnan going first?
I was gonna go to Isabel's house first.
Okay.
Jesus
fuck. You pop into where's my list of? Did I put Isabel on this? Wait, there she is.
The drunken.
Yeah, you go to the same house that you saw her walking out of before. She's actively sharpening her blades as you walk in, like millstone, just or whetstone. You know what I mean?
Well, I have some news if you want to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you do?
You can leave.
Bitch, you can leave.
No, like the city. You can leave now. You don't have to come back. You can go do whatever you want. Go kill whoever you want.
Well, I mean, kill whoever I
Because
want.
you know, I say we, but I helped, but I wasn't there. I didn't do much because I'm not as strong as they were. But I helped. The king's dead. That's what I'm trying to say.
Did you take his pants to prove it?
Well, if you go look over there at Grandmama's house, you'll see those things
Looks
floating
out
in the
the
wind.
window, flying in the wind. Oh shit! You really done did it.
Fucking hate this. And you know it's his too, because look how fucking huge they are.
They are large pants.
He was a
in the
large fucking man.
Well, shit. I ain't been free in my whole life. I hardly know what to do.
Well, if I know I promised you a date, but do you think I could give you this 300 gold and let you start your new life?
Well,
I mean, we could always
not
just go
quite
to
as not quite as nice, but I'll tell you this: I'll take that 300 gold. I'll go along my way, and if I ever see you again, well, if our paths cross, then you will still owe me a date.
I could do that. That works for me.
All right. Well, you done good, Finnan.
It was I'm gonna have some problems in the near future. The nightmares. I just know that these nightmares that I've been having are still going to be coming.
Well, if you ain't found those kids of yours, so I don't imagine your anxiety's gonna be quelled anytime soon. But
No.
I do at very least hope that you can sleep well tonight, knowing you've done some good for these people.
Yeah.
Have a good life, Finnan.
I go to give her like an awkward side hug. Be like, "Well, I see ya."
She takes your side hug and then like, you know, no, I think she just takes a side hug and she just goes, you know, you're oblivious, right?
What?
If not to me, into that little redhead down at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have a good life, Finnan. And she
See
goes
you
back
next time.
to sharpening.
I walk out and go. I'm gonna go over there. Go to the bar. I'm gonna do it.
You walk into the bar, you see a bunch of drunken sailors, drunken fishermen, large guys wearing overalls mostly. Smells like fish in here, but the whole town kind of smells like fish. And then, despite all of these large, burly men, you see one tiny little red-headed woman with like 2 full trays of like tankards of beer moving around the place, and you can see not one of those men is misbehaving in her presence. But she sees you come in, she goes, Finnan, it's been so long since you've been in.
Are we all here celebrate? Sorry. We all here celebrating for the freedom of the town, or is that not reached it here yet?
It's true then?
Yeah.
Oh, well, God's above. That is some mighty fine news to hear.
Yeah, it was kind of it was kind of scary. I think at one point I turned on my friends. It's weird.
Why did you do a thing like that?
What?
Why'd you go and do a thing like that?
I didn't have a choice. It was kind of like one of those voodoo things that the Cernel people do.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not a fan of voodoo myself. And you see she's just like actively serving people like as she's talking to you.
I'm just following around with her.
She goes back up to the bar and she sits down for a second. I think I can spare you a couple minutes here.
Oh, good. I was meaning to talk to you about something. So I'm gonna be gone for a while.
For how long?
Until the world is not being doomed upon.
Doomed upon?
Ending.
Finn, is there something I should know?
Well, I don't have all the picture. I have some of the picture, but I don't have all the picture. But oh, get this: the Feywild's real.
Really? The thing they tell us in those stories and that?
That's what I said, but apparently it's real. They kept talking about interdimensional travel and some kind of hodgepodge about, and the rifts that we keep hearing about. Those things are happening. They've been going in them. And
I
it's a
thought
whole
ain't
bunch of.
nobody could go in them.
That's what I was saying, but they didn't explain it after that though. They just said they went in. So they must be got some other voodoo magic that's not from Cerno. But we'll find out.
You sure they can't send no, lesser man to be the hero?
I don't.
They already did.
That threw me. I'm sorry. Well, I think I'm just gonna say it. When I come back, you and I we gotta go. We gotta talk about some stuff and go do all the
Now, whatever do you mean?
Don't make me say it. I'm a little shy.
What
boy.
are we?
You've been giving me the runaround since we were young.
It's not my fault. It is my fault. I'm such an idiot. But
I
I
cannot
want.
argue with that.
I know this is not much, and I know I'm gonna hand her 800 gold and be here. I want you to hold on to this for me. I want you to also, buy yourself a house instead of living in this shack of an inn. Do it up for me, so I can join you.
Ooh.
She is like taken aback by so many things in this moment. She's got this giant pouch of gold, and you just basically asked to move in with her, and she's just like, I will. When can I expect you back?
Like I said, I do not know all the information, but I will be hopefully send as many letters as I can to you and Grandmama and Pee Wee about my journey and everything that's going on. You might even hear some of my stories from other local bards as they come through.
Well, I'll make it as nice as I can for you. You stay safe.
I'm gonna grab her by the hand.
She allows you.
And I'm gonna hold it for a minute, and I'm gonna kiss it, and I'm gonna say, "I'll see you later."
I'll see you soon.
The last place I'm gonna go
Okay.
Is her mom's house.
Nice.
is my parents' house,
Buy yourself a house. Make it up nice.
but I'm not gonna knock. I'm gonna knock, but I'm gonna do something for it. I'm gonna take out the last 900 that I have. No, 800. I'm gonna take 800 out of the 900. I'm gonna find like a little sack or some shit. I'm gonna like put it on the doorknob or some shit. Make it tied nice and like on the doorknob, and gonna knock on the door, and I'm just gonna run.
You're around the corner by the time you hear the door open. You can kind of hear the jingle of coins being picked up. But you're not close enough to see the reaction that follows. But you know they've got it.
I go back to Grandmama's.
All right. Ren. You have stepped out of the house. Are you going on a walk, or are you just finding the closest place in the sun to be?
Are there any? Well, I mean, it's kind of like right up against the water, right? Like this entire city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
over.
over the water.
So I don't imagine there's like gardens. It just doesn't seem.
No,
So-
I mean,
so-
there's like seaweed.
I might walk further inland, maybe closer to the woods, just trying to find an isolated sunny spot. Plop my happy ass down on a rock or something. And
Word.
I guess I probably wouldn't even really know what to do. I think I've only done this one other time. But the same way that I meditated in the sun weeks past, I would probably post up similar, and then just kind of like in my head saying something like soul, soul, soul.
Could you roll me 2 D100s with disadvantage, and you're looking for a number less than 18?
Jesus Christ.
Well,
Oh,
does two with disadvantage just mean like
You're
two
rolling
separate-
a D100 with disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay.
2. Does anybody know inside of D&D Beyond? I click the D100s twice to stack it twice. Can I?
Mhm.
Is there a way to augment that to be with disadvantage?
Think so.
If you're just rolling custom, I don't think so, but
Yeah.
well, I mean, we can see what the 2 separate ones are.
Yeah, it'll
Sure.
just give you
Sure.
the numbers.
You feel the sun sort of connecting with the ember within you. You know that he's still there and he's around, but it seems like at this particular moment he has no need of you and is
Oof.
unresponsive.
Hey.
And is it like the type of silence? Like, would you describe it as the kind of silence that you can feel? Does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
the presence is there,
Let's see.
but it's noticeably silent.
It's the equivalent of being left on red, essentially. Like, you know he heard you reaching out and he just did not respond.
Can I double down for a harder roll and maybe flavor it as Ren, like saying like, no, I can see you're there. I need help.
Yes. Disadvantage again, looking for a number less than 15.
Oof.
Oh, it's a 99.
Hmm.
God dang. Nope. Damn, I got left on red twice. That's demoralizing.
I think
That is
even
tough.
more than that this time, like a message is sent of like 2 torches near a dock that you can see actually go out. As if he's intentionally leaving this space.
I guess I would see that, probably a heavy sigh, and then just kind of stand up, dust myself off, and walk a shame back, baby.
When you arrive, what do you say to the others?
He left me on red. He's a fucking Chad. That's what he is. Probably Capanu.
Thought his name was Soul. Oh, great Chad in the sky.
No, he
I just can't imagine people saying that.
nope, he wasn't interested, I guess. So I guess we're doing this the old school way, ourselves.
Yeah.
It's not the worst thing.
Wait, I'm used to that.
Sorry, I don't know.
Bennett's
more.
back.
I have no idea.
Hi, Finnan.
Hey.
I'm ready to go whenever you are. Do we want to sleep first?
I think we should sleep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm a little bruised, but you know.
Grandmama walks out with just hearing people are gonna sleep over. She's got a bunch of blankets for all the guests that she has coming through her house frequently. She hands out blankets and some pillows. She goes, "I don't have 7 open beds, but y'all find anywhere you can get comfy.
And
At
you,
least it's warm and dry in here."
you old man, don't think about it.
Me?
I know, I know what you're thinking. I don't want you to, but I don't have to say, but I don't want you to.
Grandmama Ava walks over to Finn and she smacks you on the back of the head. Says, "What?
What? I know. Yes, Grandma.
You go sit down now.
I'm sorry.
Ebenezer, you can do whatever you damn well please." And she walks back into the kitchen.
I'm gonna eat cold leftovers.
Ebenezer's literally gonna be like, huh?
It's a lot of woman for you to handle.
It is a lot of woman. I don't know if I can handle it.
I'm gonna take off my cloak of Steve. I'm gonna put on my robes really quickly, I guess.
My God.
And then I'm gonna give it back to Vesper. Because Vesper had it originally, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Vesper, this was very fun and useful, but if you'd like it back, you can have it again.
I will carry around Steve for the next time we need to do something dumb and pretend to be other people. I'm glad it was useful.
Deal. You guys are gonna see Kinfat take out his garment, which, Foster, do you have a thing of what it looks like? Because if not, I kind of have a cool thing that I think would make sense.
Go for it.
So I'm gonna pull out just this neatly folded rectangle of fabric. I'm gonna start to unfold it, and it's gonna be like a sash type of situation that I'm gonna line up with the folds of my robe. How a robe you fold one side over and then fold the other. I'm gonna line up this sash so that it follows the outside line of my robe, and on the sash, kind of stretched across the entirety of it, is gonna be what's the script for magic? Is it runes?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's going to be runes scrawled across the entirety of the sash.
Sick.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
As people are laying down, I'd like to find Ren. The house is probably pretty small, so
It's one of the larger houses in the city, but yeah, overall, not nearly as big as the HQ you guys are used to.
Do I find Ren as I'm looking for Ren?
Yeah, what's my passive stealth? Dude, I'm laying in bed. You find me.
Hey Ren.
Yeah, 7.
I apologize for being so shell-shocked earlier when you gave me this cloak. It's a very gorgeous cloak, and I appreciate you giving it to me. It's a kind gesture.
Yeah, I mean, you don't owe me anything. I guess, I don't know, I guess some of you guys are rubbing off on me a bit. Sucks to see you guys take hits and not be around to help fend that off. So,
Ebenezer's gonna
it's the
come
least I can do.
give you a hug.
It probably isn't fully received yet. I don't know if we're there yet, but
That's fine.
It won't be the awkward side hug. I'll lean into it a little bit, maybe one arm.
I'll step back and kind of hold you by your arms for a second, and friend, don't let all of this mystery about your past cloud who you want to be in the now. and he's gonna rub your shoulder, and he's gonna go step out of the room that you're in, and probably find Grandmama. And
Just gonna be eyeballing him the whole time.
he's gonna he just wants to go help her clean up the kitchen. Okay.
You find the kitchen that was already cleaned, and there's a room beyond the kitchen that's just like a little sitting room with a couple of bookshelves, and she's in a little rocker. And as you walk into the room, could you give me an insight check?
Ooh.
Please be terrible. Please be terrible.
Nat 20. Nat 20.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
Is she reading a book?
Yeah, she's reading a book, and you don't notice anything immediately different, but she looks up and she goes, "Please, I didn't see you there."
What? He's like Ebenezer's like far away, like awkwardly standing like like down the hall from wherever that room is.
I am imagining this room has like a door frame that you would be standing in to see.
That's fine. That's fine.
Sure.
What book you read?
His Amish arm.
Oh.
His Amish arm?
Don't do this to me, man.
It's smut.
Silence over the sleeping sardines in the living room.
Oh, dude, look at that. Ren's asleep.
Oh no, we can't hear anything. We're
Whoa.
sleeping peacefully.
Out of out of pure curiosity, Ebenezer would like to spend some time that evening with Grandmama.
Yep. Here's what it's gonna come down to.
And not. I want to get to know her. I want to get to know.
Mm-hmm. No,
Constitution check.
Grandmama knows what she wants right now. But it's gonna come down to this. I need you to make me a charisma check, just flat charisma check.
What does that mean?
Riz check. This is the Riz check.
This is the Riz check. We're gonna say it's a DC 12.
Oh,
and if it's a 12 or higher, you have a great night with Grandmama Ava. If it is less, you flub something horribly, and she doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
No, that's so brutal. I'd rather not have that option and just say goodnight and leave the room.
That's the problem every guy makes their life, you know. Not willing to take a chance and then miss the shot you don't take.
Alright. That's it. I'm doing it.
That's the idea.
Where's the C word?
It's on the very top.
Charisma is one of your flat stats at the top.
Yeah, you're right.
Somebody get this man a book.
Somebody get this man a pair of eyes.
You can't read it.
Yes!
Ah, no!
No!
This is
The dirtiest 20!
The dirtiest 20. I'm just gonna say
No!
things get a little saucy as some Wham plays and we fade to black.
That's fine.
Thank you.
I will keep
Fearless
upping
whisper, please.
silence every hour. Or whatever the fuck.
Listen, I'm imagining that if this was happening the way I wanted it to go, we wouldn't be going that far. But, you know, Grandmama knows what she wants, so
Who is Ebenezer too? Does Ebenezer wake up in a wheelchair? Like, do we see him in a wheelchair in the morning?
You know what? Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
There it is.
That's a lot of woman to handle.
No.
Nat 1, nat 1, nat 1, nat 1.
A 5.
Yes!
Ev,
The
you're pretty sore in the morning.
The dice tell the story they want to tell.
A lot. That's a
Can't
lot of
read,
woman.
can't feel your
I fucking hate
legs.
this.
I can't read.
You know, just you know, the body's kind of giving out on you, man.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Did we take a long rest?
Any day.
Yes, everybody can take the long rest, and then. Yes.
Oh,
What?
What?
You can go
what?
first.
I attune to that helmet and do the other 4 hours of time after my trance enchanting my gun.
Same.
Riley, that item is called Autumn Cloak. You'll want to add it to your sheet.
Does anybody else during this time attune to anything in particular, or
Yeah.
unattune to other things?
I'm gonna unattune Click of Steve.
Do I
and
get the daggers at
garment
all?
Zookeeper. Yeah.
I didn't know if that was explained.
Sure. I have in my possession Luther's telephone and Luther's dagger. If anybody would like either of those, they're welcome to them. For I'm not using.
I can
Although,
take the telephone.
if you'd like it,
I have 2 attunement slots open, so
sure, you can have the telephone.
sick.
I have
Riley,
2
did you
cloaks.
get that cloak added?
There's 2 versions of the item, and I wasn't sure which one I should be using.
Right. Is that are they named slightly differently at all?
Nope, they're the same.
Okay,
Is
yeah. I
one
remember I had
legacy and
to-
one not? Or
No, I had
or
to
legacy?
change it to work. Hold on.
While you're doing that, I'm going to the bathroom.
I could be wrong, but the newer version, I think, added bullet points to the 2
The-
things it can do. If you just look for bullet points, that might be quick.
The newer version.
I see the bullet points.
Specifies an action.
The newer
as
version,
an
yeah, says as an action in it if it's the right one. One per day as an action, but without expending a spell slot. That's the one you want. If it doesn't say that, it's the wrong one.
You know what? They
Yeah.
both say that. Wait, no, wait, hold on.
One definitely doesn't.
One says command, one says as an action, so I'll add the as an action one.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah, Foster fixed the item. I don't want it anymore.
I'd like to attune to that, Foster, if
Yeah.
I can do that in this time.
It opens up the
Then-
attunement slot, and I'm so excited.
I think Maeve, you attune to the ring. I saw you nod there. And
then
Kinfeth
what
has
ring?
the robe.
Yes, the garment. The
Could somebody assist your boy and tell me what that sword was named?
Echoing blade.
One monitor problems.
Such a
It
cool
feels.
fucking name.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna attune to the
Ah.
2 things I got and unattune to the cloak of protection.
Okay. The suit of shadows doesn't require attunement. Or it shouldn't. If it says it does, I need to fix it because I did change patch notes that
Correct.
after I made the item.
So
Okay.
I will switch the cloak with the amulet and keep on the sweater.
Okay. Cool.
Do you mind if I retroactively do some flavor on the helm like Theo did with the robe?
Sure.
I thought it'd be cool if it was. I really like the Elder Scrolls style of helm with the horns. I was thinking with if it being the water themed, if they were like little ice horns, like little short, like little curved ones.
Because this comes from a very specific place, I don't think it can be ice. Because it would come from underwater.
I have a suggestion.
But if you can work with horns in some way, that like coral horns or something like that, I'm cool with the horns.
I have a cool suggestion.
Okay.
I'm gonna pitch it. Here we go. You ready? When Kaelinor puts on the helm and is attuned to it, watery horns come up that are ever flowing and moving in the shape of a horn.
I'm cool with that too, if you want it.
I
can say no.
like that.
I won't be
Yeah,
offended.
actually, no, that's cool. I will do a lot of work with that theming, casting the water spells out of that with the water coming from it. That's cool as fuck.
Right?
I like that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
My
What
job
does
here is
the
done.
suit look like?
You cast tidal wave from your noggin, dude.
The suit
Like
The
fucking
suit,
hydro pump?
has very specific look to it. It is it seems to be rather simple in terms of embroidery and being a very sort of just dark gray and it kind of just flows down the sides of it. Doesn't like quite come to a close in the center, but then up the arms and a little bit around the neck there are streaks of black that look almost ashen within it. Yeah,
Sick.
we'll give it that.
Very cool.
And I sleep with it on.
Fantastic.
Wrinkly in the morning.
Does anyone? So you did stuff. May, if you wake up early, is there anything you want to do?
No.
Okay.
No, just vibe.
All right. Kid at a sleepover before his friend wakes up. Like, okay, go sit here. Yeah. Morning comes around. Yes.
Okay. Well, mine is a
Oh.
two-parter, so I'm going to do the first part real quick.
Okay.
For anyone who is not sleeping 8 hours, you definitely see me, and maybe the people that are sleeping 8 hours, you kind of hear me. But I'm going to get up and go leave the home for about 30 minutes or so, and then I'll return about 30 minutes later. That's part one. Ebenezer, you can go.
I was just gonna say that Grandmama and Ebenezer are making pancakes in the morning with the infinite pancake mix.
Yeah, you are.
You and pancakes.
I enabled this. It's my fault.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Good
what's part two?
berries. Also.
Part two. So, if you guys will indulge me, once everyone's awake, anyone, after we maybe receive good berries, once everyone's awake and generally in the same room as me, for anyone that cares, if you want to make a perception check, I encourage you to, because I have cool flavor. But
Perception check.
it's kind of detailed, which is why.
Ah,
DC is 15.
yes.
I'm setting it.
An 11.
Oh, come on.
Let's go.
Vesper Wren, do you care to perception?
Um,
You don't have to.
is it by sight?
Yes.
You could walk in the room looking like a completely different person, and I would accept you without question.
Oh, well, thank you.
It has happened before. To specific
Ren's-
people in our party. You were Steve like 6 hours ago, 8 hours ago.
True.
Ren's permaquit on perception checks. It's the most common roll I make in this campaign, and it's consistently shit.
I took a feat on Darien to get proficiency in perception because I got tired of having terrible perception checks.
Mine shit
'Cause
anyway.
I was a -1 wisdom. Okay. This will paladin life be like.
Okay. So, everyone
If-
but Maeve will see.
Wait,
that
wait.
You
Maeve
did that
and-
backwards.
Yeah.
everyone but Maeve. And there's like tiers to what you see. So everyone but Maeve,
Oh.
what you guys will notice is that for my sash, the runes that are on it are now slightly glowing. One is red, one is kind of a darkish earth kind of color, and the other one is like a cool blue. And it's like phrases, so like a little stretch of runes up and down as they just kind of shift along, moving throughout the garment. And Maeve, what you're actually going to see with a 15 is that upon closer inspection, you're going to see a flame that pops out of my wrist every couple of seconds and kind of rotates it and then goes back in and appears from a different spot and rotates. And along with that, you're going to see a very faint, the opacity turned down, where you can see opposite side. If my sash is going over the right shoulder, this is kind of on my left shoulder, and it's kind of like, it looks like rock that's just kind of shifting and moving back and forth. And you'll see what looks like, you'll see the back of my robe kind of flowing as there appears to be almost a current of wind kind of starting at the bottom, like the small of my back and moving up towards my shoulder blades and kind of fanning out. So yeah, that's what you guys see.
Sick.
Well,
Good.
Maeve will say something. I would think she would say, "Whoa, Kinpath, what's all? This is new.
Yeah, it's this thing.
It's awesome."
I can punch stuff better and defend things better and move a little bit faster. I think it's what it feels like anyway. I've only used it for
Looks
today,
cool.
so well, I think so too. Thank you. I will sit down and eat pancakes.
As you all enter the kitchen to get your pancakes, you do notice that. I think you know what, Ab, you give me an insight check, and
Me?
yeah, you give me an insight check.
19?
He doesn't miss.
I don't miss. I'm popping off.
This guy's
when the
got
rules
game.
matter.
You notice that she is that Grandmama is ever so slightly less cordial, which is not. You can tell she's still trying with effort to be cordial, but it is a less natural thing coming the next morning.
Is she feeling more
And that-
like relaxed?
It is. So
He did get a 19.
well, it's a 19. You have the feeling that after she got what she wanted, she's a little bit less interested in you.
That's sad.
And she's still trying,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That's
Ebenezer,
sad.
the
That's
working
sad.
man.
That's sad. I still don't know what she got, so I don't know how sad I am about that.
well, we may never know. Um,
But okay, noted.
but you all get some pancakes. You get fed. What is the plan? You guys kind of discussed the notions of a plan, but I don't think we landed on a plan.
Indeed. Well, we could go to Cernel, Farthington, or Bogseth, I think, right?
Cernel is literally a suburb of Andover, so it's very close. Farthington is a little bit further out, and then Bogseth is a trip, but yeah, all of them on the table.
We're making a.
Did we discuss Bogseth having a teleportation circle?
I'm gonna participate, but we can
Yes.
talk about it in a second if they're not back.
But we don't have the code.
Surely I have the code. I was
you
there.
totally would have the code to
Oh,
Bogseth.
yeah, you would have the code.
I could
It's,
take up the
6969.
Bogseth right
What
now.
What are we going to Bogseth for?
To ask about the gins and genies.
Oh,
If that's what we want to do.
give me a second. I'm going to sending the dean.
Sure. Do you have a sending stone with the dean? Or are you just
No, I'm
you have
casting
the
sending.
spell?
Yeah.
Alright. What's the
Counterspell.
is there a limitless range on sending?
Sending is
Sending
plane of
is-
existence, right?
Yeah, it can
the
even
plane?
go to other planes of existence with like it's like one of the roll a d20 and on a 1 it fails things. But it's limited to like 25 words. It's very specific. I think. Let me check here. 25 words or less to a creature I'm familiar. Range unlimited.
Alright. What
That's
words
at
are you
least over
sending?
9,000.
Give me a second to think about it. Sorry.
Imagine
I don't.
getting an item to give your spells death touch somehow, and then sending somebody.
Dead.
Our word kill, I guess. Like
I'll count your words. Just do it.
2 spells 1 turn. Can't do it.
I send to this man in front of me power word kill, but mentally.
Yeah. Get fucked, kid.
25 words. Hey, nerd. Get fucked. You're screwed. Power word kill. Dead in an instant.
All right, I think I'm ready.
Okay.
Good morning, Dean. Are there any records at Bogseth of Jinn or genie sightings since the Great Hunt? I think that was 23.
I counted wrong.
24.
I got 23 as well.
I got 21.
Okay.
I think.
You said
That'd be that.
first.
Kaelinor, I will sign my message.
25.
Even though it is in my voice.
Does she get to respond in 25?
Yes. Free response of 25 words.
She
Well,
will
no,
say, I'll check. Was one missed on the hunt?
Shit. Cast sending again. Unless is that the end of her response?
That's the end of her response.
I'll cast it again, damn it. Former student Ebenezer Geezer seems to have been afflicted by a genie curse, but is younger than the hunt. That was 24 again,
Sure.
right?
She'll respond. Ebenezer was a sweetie. I'll see what I can find. Will send updates when acquired.
Excellent. The dean of Bogseth is gonna see if she can dig up anything for us. Seems to remember you fondly, Ebenezer. But that frees us up to do whatever we would like while she does that.
I say we go to Cernel then.
I'm gonna look at Vesper. You good with that?
Mostly. I haven't been there in a long time. I know the forest around it really well. Actually, I was thinking that on the way there, maybe you and I should walk through the forest.
You and I?
Yeah.
Sure.
I think, and my memory's bad, mostly because I like died a lot, I think. But related to that, I think the stuff that's going on with like your arm and thing, you know? I think that's the first place that I like felt that presence. You know, the scary one that was chasing you, but also like the good one.
Yes, familiar.
I don't know. Maybe we could go frolic in the woods for a bit with intention, you know?
I always support
Field research, I think is what you would have
yeah.
once called it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to
Now
describe it.
you'd probably say like fucking around. Oh wait, no, that would be Evan. I think that's usually how you phrase it.
Real quick before we get too far away from it, is it Luther's telephone that can send global
Luther's telephone messages globally.
messages?
Also, only once a day.
Got it. I was gonna try and save you a slot.
Messaging and data rates may apply.
True.
Vespers, so you're familiar with this land we're going to?
No. I'm familiar with its perimeter like 16 years ago from the perspective of like a kid.
My eyes will shoot over to Finnan. What about you?
Fennan, you and most people in Andover hear the rumors that you think the people in Cernel are a cult.
Lovely.
Well, we don't like travel over there
Well, it
Yeah,
is.
because of all that cult shit.
It is in a time rift though, so we don't know obviously what's in there now.
That's true. It could be
It could be
a
even
time
worse.
before this cult existed. It could be in the future when they have achieved world domination. We have absolutely no idea. But, you know. Doesn't.
Never peaceful farmers, Ren will say. Never
Yeah,
peaceful
imagine going
farmers.
into a time rift that's 1 second behind. So you just like kind of have a faint idea of what's going on 1 second before it happens. And other than that, everybody's like really chill and nice.
I think that's the dream, Vesper.
Yeah.
There
I mean, it could
be a ton of
totally be like
farmers-
that.
There could be a ton of farmers with lightning spears.
That would be
No.
crazy.
Be
Certainly.
really
Where did you come up with that idea?
feels like something that would derail a campaign.
It's a
Don't
different-
give.
I'm not
It's a
asking
different thing.
Riley. Kaelinor is asking Ebenezer. Where did you come up with that idea?
Zach is saying it's a dumb idea.
Pancake?
Yes.
Short
You
circuited
avoid
me.
psychic damage by saying the word pancake.
It's a good thing you can't read those online fanfics anymore, Ebenezer.
You can't read his Amish arms.
It's true. I can't read. Actually, hold on. I wrote this down.
This
You
does
wouldn't be able
establish
to
that
read
that
it.
book that Theo got has been being published for like 800 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And that the Amish
Uh,
exist.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. We write about unicorns.
I mean, okay, so to be fair, right? The Amish don't use electricity. I think that's everyone until like nowish, right?
In the future, there's gonna be all this crazy technology that they have, but there's gonna be this one group of people that refuses to use it, and we're gonna write a story about that.
Yeah.
Is this, are we gonna go full circle and like one of us is gonna have written his Amish arms by the end of this? Is that like
I
is
hope
Riley the
so.
future author?
I hope so.
Oh my god.
Be fantastic. And I had an idea, but never mind now. Um
Ebenezer has 2 days left of not being able to read.
Huzzah.
For
Brutal.
the record.
so
Vesper-
anyway, Finnan says that there's cult shit going on. You guys don't know what's going on there, but is that the plan?
Yeah. Kinfeth would say, Vesper, if it is a scary presence, do you want us to accompany you both for safety or no?
Do you mean in the woods?
Yeah.
I think
frolicking and
specifically you
such.
guys should not go there with intention.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think you should stay away from the bad spirit, at least at all costs. I think that's kind of the place I like to operate, exactly between you all and them. I think
Alright,
it'd be best
well,
to keep you as far away as possible. Unfortunately, one of us is more connected than the rest.
So
Should we
stay here?
or
I
wait
mean-
around the perimeter of Cernel for you both?
You guys could like do a fucking scout or something sick like that. Get it down low on the cult shit. You could pop in and be like, whoa, there's stuff that's really futuristic or like super old shit, and
I mean,
be
we could, yeah, scout for
yeah.
Luther for sure, at least.
Well,
Alright.
if you're willing to run into that guy 2 people down, Sure.
I am not.
Well, scout. I'm scout
Yeah.
specifically.
Okay. If are you guys gonna be sneaky about it on purpose?
I think so.
I'd like to. Yes.
Well, I mean, the place is in a rift. I don't know that we need to be cautious going up to it, right?
Well, yeah, but once we're in,
I also don't know that it's worth preparing very much of a plan. Sort of just that.
All right,
don't
I'm
get into
keeping the
trouble
boots.
and don't go too far.
All right.
all right. Well, team break. Finnan, you'll be on B squad with us. Hey squad, go frolic.
Hey, Finnan,
Yeah.
feels like a bit of a long shot, but I don't suppose there's any shops in town that sell magical items or potions or anything like that.
You saw all the magic things in the room that we were in. That's all that we saw. We have shops, but beer, food, probably some sleeping, all the other fun stuff. That's for survival.
There are inns in this town, and we slept on this old woman's floor.
It was worth it.
Well,
It was warm.
It was worth it.
Kinfeth will look towards Ebenezer.
Kinfath is implying that the stamina of the elderly human is surprisingly adequate.
Indeed. I couldn't have said it better myself.
I would
Alright,
like to
dude.
distance ourselves from this.
Let's
wanna
get
head that way.
let's get moving.
Grandmama, thank you again. Well, actually, is she in the room?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you again for your hospitality.
Of course, now. I mean, y'all come back if you ever need anything.
Ebenezer, did you have anything you wanted to say?
Not like this.
Well, now's your opportunity, truly, in front of the world stage.
What you can say to us, you can say to Grandmama.
No, that's okay. You guys can start funneling out of the house.
Hey, Grandmama, what are you and Ebenezer to each other?
She goes. She says, lady doesn't kiss and tell.
Randall,
Huh.
I'll give
Almost too much
chuckle and
information.
Whoa,
Shuffle
wait, you
over to
guys
Grandmama.
kissed?
offer a
Oh,
fist
never
bump.
mind.
We kissed. I don't
Sorry.
even know.
And then I'll take the fish
Grandmama
off the wall and run.
She got what she wanted. I don't know.
So you take the Billy Bass fish and you go.
I take the fish plaque off the wall and exit the building.
Will you put that back? What the
I
fuck?
I do it sneakily.
I perceive it.
I don't know.
Fuck you.
I will I'm gonna fist bump Ren since Grandmama left him hanging on the
Yeah.
way out.
For real. Fucking damn.
Oh, I didn't know you asked for that, but she'll do it.
Sick. And then I'll turn and fist bump Kinfath because he looked like he was.
Not to leave him hanging.
Yeah. I'll take my leave after the fist bumps.
Same.
I'm gonna be the second one to last before Eb, just to give her a hug, tell her be safe, fix the town hall. I want to see it all shiny and clean when I come back. And I tell her to, and then I tell her I did it. I asked her out, kind of.
She the whole time you're doing it, you're talking to her, she's like adjusting your jacket a little bit and like tugging at your collar and like fixing things in your hair, just like really fussing at you, but then she's like, if you don't come back here to me, I'm gonna kill you. You hear me?
I think Aurora might beat you to that, but you can kill me dead again if you need to.
Well, I just might find somebody who can help me with that. Now, I am proud of you for asking her. It's about damn time.
No, we glossed it over the fact you know how to get somebody to get me go back up. Hold on.
Well, I know they exist out there. I ain't never talked to one, but surely somebody
You
can.
made it seem like you knew somebody. Like, don't do that to me.
I mean, surely you're there. I'll use voodoo if I gotta. Now go.
Hey,
Go say the word or whatever.
Bye, Grandmama.
Goodbye, Finnan. She looks over at Ebenezer, last in the room.
Ebenezer will approach her first.
Uh-huh.
Grab her hand, give it a kiss, politely, in a very gentleman-like manner.
Animal
He's
style.
okay with it.
And
Animal style.
Is there a window?
No.
Grandmama, thank you for your time and hospitality. And
I was glad to
Ebenezer,
have you, and I will see you when I see you.
Ebenezer will take his leave.
That means never.
As you all exit, you notice there are more townsfolk out on the docks than usual. Like, there are more people moving around than there was yesterday. There is a sort of quiet murmur at all times in a way that there wasn't before. People are talking, but you know the people, it's still hushed in a sense that they're not quite sure if this is all real just yet. But, you know, things are improving here.
I'm gonna grab my rods and the immovable rod is gonna like collapse down in my hand once I touch it, and then my staff I'm gonna like bring it down as I pocket the immovable rod, and then I'll take off the pants and like with Vesper, yeah, we'll fold it military style.
Yep.
And I'll hand it to one of the citizens and say, "This is the people's now."
Hold on.
God.
Do you call odds or evens?
Evens.
This gentleman that you hand it to, takes it, and he goes, "Hey!" And he pulls a match out of his pocket, lights him on fire, and starts sprinting through the town, as people like cheer for this. And then he jumps off a dock into the water at the side.
I'll turn to the group and I'll go, "Did I do that? What the fuck was it?"
Did you mean to give him your actual clothes?
Fuck.
That was just a prank, in fact.
That was a good prank.
I
Vesper.
think we made the people of this town happy by overthrowing the government here. Good work, team.
We all stop frame, high five. And it
Breakfast
cuts to
Club
us
outro.
going to Cernel.
Yeah, unless there's anything else in the city you guys would like to do, I suppose you all make your way that direction. I think from within the city, you can see the Cernel Rift from here.
Damn.
It's like Cernel is like
One
like
of the
Fishers
boroughs
is to
in New Jersey.
Indy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
A
like
suburb?
It's like
Like 10
Yeah,
miles
it's like-
away.
yeah, right there. It was like a suburb in the way that like maybe New Haven to Fort Wayne is too close, but like Fishers to Indianapolis is like it's very close.
Yeah.
Like Brooklyn to Manhattan. I have no idea. I just threw a name.
I don't know if those two are touching
Those
or not.
are
I don't know enough about
districts. It's a
boroughs.
whole thing.
There's just a river between them. They're literally touching, like as far as like lines go. It's just that there's a bridge there because river.
There we go. But Team B, I guess, B team. I don't think you all even need to.
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this could probably wait.
This fucking
I don't know.
guy.
What you two on me? What is it? What is
Yes,
it? You
I
can't say
wanna-
wait and then not say it.
Sorry, I want to try the rings out really bad. The
Yeah,
rings
that sounds could be done.
like during travel time can I snag them? And they take attunement though. I don't know how long that.
Yeah, you guys would have wanted to attune to those overnight. Who are you trying to do it with?
How long does it take to attune? Is it?
An hour.
It's supposed to be an hour. It's supposed to be the
short
standard long
rest.
rest, a short rest time, which is an hour. Even though our short rests are 10 minutes now.
Do we get to
But-
attune in 10 minutes now?
No. 2 minutes still takes an hour.
Well,
How long is the walk?
Less than that. But if you want to retcon that you attune to them in the morning, that's fine.
Well, I would have had a whole conversation with somebody to get them attuned with them. I don't know. We can just not do this right now. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I think Team B, you barely have to go through like a thin stretch of forest before you're there. This part of the rift is like you guys get to sort of the very northern tip of the circle, and there is part of Hold on. Let me orient myself with maps.
I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
Yeah, so like between Andover and Cernel in the northwest, there is much forest, but there's a stretch of land alongside the coast there that doesn't have many trees that you're able to kind of get through comfortably without seeing any baby umber hulks or larger umber hulks or anything scary in the area. And arrive at the rift, at that fracture. Does anybody have anything they want to do, I guess, before you go in? Do you guys want to have any conversations there?
I'll turn to Finnan and I'll go, all right, Finnan, crash course on how to use rifts. You put on this ring like this, and I'll take off my ring and put it back on. That's how you put it on. And then you walk in, and then I'll demonstrate walking. And then once we're inside, we're looking for a very scary guy who's really mean, usually. He's a musician. And then we're going to kill him, or I'll look at the group, or maybe take him back. One of the two. Just depends on the moment. Feel it out, you know? And then after the mission is complete, depending on what we do, if we kill him, everything will reset. And if we leave, the rift will go down when he leaves. Your actions do affect things. That's about it.
Great.
Oh, and don't take the ring off when you're in there, I think.
Yep, you'll die for sure. I think, anyway. No one's tried
I'll
it.
try it.
If you want to, you can, but your safety is not guaranteed, so maybe don't.
Radio. Puts hand
Sick.
out. So ring?
I don't have the ring.
I think I had the extra ring.
Yeah, I gave him the ring.
Yeah, I gave you the extra ring.
I'm gonna inspect it and go.
I take good fucking care of that. It's friends.
Roger Dodger. Puts it on.
With everybody, I suppose, as well equipped as they can be. You all want to go in?
Yeah, stealthy like.
Yeah. I'll enter crouched.
You all enter normally, except for Ren, who's walking like a crab. And what you see in here is like a large. Not large. It's like a village essentially, but it has like a wall around it, and it's the wall is maybe 20 feet tall, just made of stone and like basic brick, whatever rocks they had to build it out of. Doesn't look like particularly the most sturdy thing, but it certainly keeps wild animals and other people out. And that is still a decent bit away from you. this rift seems to have encapsulated this whole city, plus a decent amount of the land outside. But within the gates of the wall, you can see what appear to just be like normal-looking houses. Like, there's people moving about and doing life, and just, you know, from a distance, at very least, it looks pretty normal outside of the wall. How do you all approach?
Is there anyone standing guard outside?
You do see two guys standing by the wall. They do not appear to be armed. Or standing by one of the gates of the wall, but they don't appear to be armed.
Are there any other structures other than this village around?
You see the that outside of, actually, you know what? In here, even to the north where you came in, this little bit is forested, where it was not in your time. So there is a small clearing between the city and the forest, but that is maybe a couple 100 feet long, and then there's forest kind of surrounding the city on all sides.
Well, he's got to be in there. I'll say to the group.
How far do we want to go in without our other two? The A-team.
I could...
Does Finnan clock the difference? Or would he not know? I don't know. Be it.
What difference in particular? The difference where there are trees, or
the trees, and maybe like how it looks.
I think you probably would have at least seen Cernel a couple of times. It looks, though, outside of the fact that there are trees here that you weren't expecting, it looks almost exactly as you remember it.
Is this the one with the peaceful farmers?
We can only hope.
We think they're a cult, but you know.
Cult of peaceful farmers?
I'll go find out.
Organic food. Free reign.
It is a cult.
Do we want a smaller group to go talk to these people? Or do we just want to scope it out and wait?
Kinfath, you're pretty fast. How, you think you could, you said there's, how tall is this wall around the city?
About 20 feet tall.
I could clear that.
You can run up walls, right?
Yep. I can clear that.
I wonder if that would be considered a hostile action.
To the wall.
You could run up the walls and scout the city from above the wall.
You could strip and be like an animal just trying to get in. Oh, I'm just spitballing here.
Hey,
a 7-foot squirrel.
Kinfath is a bugbear, okay?
Finfath,
he's not an animal.
Finnan, you're new to the group, so I'll excuse it. If you ever make a joke like that again, I'll tear your throat out. With my hands, not my teeth.
Like a human.
Like
sort
a
of.
Human. Sort of. A very hairy human. I know you're new, so I'll give you a pass.
10-foot reach and hair all over his body. And abnormal features and speed. But like a human.
Again.
Totally like a human.
So I can go climb that wall.
Go for it, buddy. Do it. Do what you do.
Guys.
You're not there. This is the calculated choice.
I'm gonna look at everyone.
Maeve say anything? Maeve is a voice of reason.
Thumbs up. Yes, that's what I'm waiting for.
How long were they going to take doing their frolicking?
I think it was an undisclosed amount of time.
Exactly.
I think they're grown-ups. They can catch up. Why don't we just go talk to these people?
All right.
the fly girl makes sense.
Also, your mic is doing the thing
Walk
again.
over there.
Or you
No.
when it does.
I don't know how to. One.
Kinfeth is going to be visibly dejected that he can't go run up a wall.
What about it?
Count to 10, maybe? I didn't hear any of this right now.
There's no sound now.
1, 2, 3.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's why the mic's so far away.
Just too far away.
It might be.
Okay, is this better?
It's internet, it's not your mic.
Fuck. Yeah, there's not really much I can do about that.
Hey, the fuck
Right now.
you're nice and clear.
It did.
Fuck. Well,
Yep. 2 for 2.
I'll
All right, let's
just
go.
try to speak up as much as I can, but
Let's go talk to
let me
these
know if I
people
need to
then.
repeat something.
Hell yeah, I want to walk up. I want to find the guard that's totally not armed, and I want to say, "Hey there, friend."
He looks up to you, and you see these two folks are both wearing very simple robes. One is a white robe with like a black sash part, if to be along Theo's lines with that little foldy bit.
Yeah.
And the other one is a black robe with white bit. But just very simple looking. But the one in the white robe looks up to you and goes, "Welcome, friend. We weren't expecting visitors today. How are you? What can I do for you?"
I'll look back at the rest of the party. I'll lean in a little closer to this person and say, "I'm here to join."
Well, there's no secret about that, friend. You don't have to be ashamed of it. We're all very happy to be a part of this community.
I guess I've never been part of a group like this. I don't know. I've heard stories, but what's it like?
Well, what's what like?
The community.
Well, it's quite lovely, in my opinion. We have our duties, but you know, we share what we have, and we have social gatherings. We're all friends here. I mean, for many of us, we had nothing before we came here. It's been nothing but good for me.
Which way is which in here? Like, where should we be heading?
Well, if you're looking to join our community, I suppose I would talk to Matron Motherly.
Is that like center of town?
Well, she's our leader. Yeah, she would likely be found in the church.
I appreciate that.
He gestures down the street at the largest building, that's dead center of the city, little village. It's not that large either. It's like, I don't know, I guess a modest actual modern day church. Just a larger than house-sized building, but just a little building.
I want to say thank you, feign walking away towards the church, but then I want to turn and say, by the way, an old friend of mine was the one that sort of pointed me here. I didn't know if maybe you'd I thought he'd just been here ahead of me. I don't know. I would love to reconnect with him. He was the one that got me out this way anyway.
Oh, what is his name? Perhaps I know him.
I knew him as Luther. It was the name that he grew up with.
Roll me an insight check.
Not anything else?
Nope.
Not anything else? Damn!
Well, it's a 2 on this man's stealth.
I can't believe that's not like deception or something, man.
He doesn't have any reason to believe you're lying.
That's such a fact.
Lied successfully.
The man in white, in fact, he just goes, no, I'm not familiar. But you notice his friend in black he makes a face. Like a face that he recognizes the name, but then he tries to hide it again. It does not say anything.
I saw you wince. You know him. Come on, man. I'm looking to reconnect with him. It's been like 3 months.
He kind of whispers under his breath, and like, as if even his friend doesn't know that he knows him, he goes, I'm not supposed to talk about him. Nobody is supposed to really know he's here. He's great, but I don't need to. It's not my deal, man.
Hey, get it. He's got that kind of effect on people. I mean, you'd be doing me a solid. He's a childhood friend, man. We're like brothers.
Right now, I am gonna have you roll me deception for this one.
Damn. That's a plus 913. Oh, daggers.
And the guards are dead.
I'm trying so hard.
He goes, he's... Last time I saw him, he was in a little... He looks at his buddy, and then he just, like, walk with me. And he kind of walks away from this guy, hoping that you will follow.
Sure, and... Oh. Did Dave...
Ivy, did you have something?
You finish your thought.
I will start walking with this unarmed guard, and I will prep, like, I don't know, 5 gold coins or something in my hand as we're walking.
He says, look, it's kind of a point of contention that he's here. There was a prophecy some time ago that sometime in this decade we're supposed to get a chosen one that can truly see what Matron Motherly claims to see. And I trust Matron Motherly, of course. She's given us everything, but if he is this chosen one, he'll, take her spot, and I don't think she'd like that very much, and I want to be on her good side, so I'm not. I think he's the chosen one, but I don't want to cause him any problems. I don't want to cause her any problems, okay?
Hey, I appreciate it, and then I'll gesture with 5 gold, and I'll say, I know it's not worth much here, but take it. You've done me a solid.
He nods and takes the coins, and he goes, like, if you're looking for your friend, he's probably, there's a house right up on the north side. Got a little red door. The last time I saw him, he was kind of hiding out in the cellar there.
Well, thank you for nothing, as I kind of gesture in a little bit. Thank you for nothing. I appreciate your time. Sorry to bother you.
Hey, happy to help. Okay. And he walks back up towards the gate. Maeve, what would Maeve want to do?
I thought that we were like going in when that happened. That's why I was like, wait, but now if we are going in, maybe I'd like to say, We're actually expecting 2 more people, our friends. If you see them, one of them has like white hair, half black hair, and then he has his friend with him, tall, long hair, swords. They're cool people. Would you mind pointing them in our direction? You see them? We'll just be up talking to.
Yeah, the man in the white goes, oh, yeah, maybe if I see people by that description, I'll send them in.
Thank you. Anyway, you guys wanna go check it out?
Let's go to the church.
Under Finn's breath, he's just gonna be going, I knew it. I fucking knew it. This thing's a fucking.
After we clear enough distance, I might say maybe we don't go to the places with all the people yet. Maybe we lay low until they're here.
Okay.
Well, we definitely shouldn't go find the guy without them. But, I mean, we're already in here, right? I think people know.
Yeah, I'm just hesitant. Assuming we're like decent distance from these guards, I might whisper under my breath to the group, I still have no idea what this place is. I bullshitted my way through. I have no idea how that works.
What? Dude, you look so calm and cool up there.
Oh, thanks.
You did great.
Bullshitting, that's crazy.
Now, if this is a cult dog, I have no idea what they're up to. This could be. I have no idea.
That's a good point.
And this matron motherly character seems a little, I don't know, even if they're a fine person, it kind of seems like maybe they hold some power. I don't really want to piss somebody off before we have our backup.
Just so you know, the rumors for this place are they sacrificed. So be on toes for that.
Oh, you don't fucking say.
Well, they're a cult. I would think it's assumed. But I had to
you
say
don't
it.
fucking say until now?
I give
I
up.
just bullshitted my way through the front fucking gate, and now you tell me they sacrifice people?
You did great, Ren. You did good.
Hey, let's keep our voices down.
I didn't want to cause a ruckus.
I went through the gate, now you tell me they fucking sacrifice people?
I didn't want to fucking cause a ruckus. What else
Thank you,
you
Dave.
want?
I appreciate it. Thank you. Good having you here.
Guys, we seem a little disorganized without Kaelinor and Vesper here. What does this say about us as individuals?
I don't know what I'm fucking doing.
I just got here. I don't know what's happening.
Well, you get a pass.
This world didn't fucking exist to me 3 weeks ago.
Are there any, like, outside sitting benches areas or anything in front of the gate?
Outside the gate or?
Oh, no, sorry, like, once you walk in, that...
Yeah. There's like
see.
benches alongside city streets and like little area. I mean, they're just like rocky paved roads, but you know. Yeah, there's little benches outside.
Maybe we'll just say, well, I guess we'll just wait there, and then she'll go and sit on the bench.
I will. I'm gonna press T once I'm sitting on the bench.
I
and,
literally was thinking
wait
that.
for a couple of hours.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, then in that case, we'll cut to the A team, and pity the fool who steps Club Lang.
That's right.
You two are walking through the forest for a little while. What are you looking for specifically?
Okay, so here's my idea, Kaelinor. I know this might sound a little bit unorthodox, but it worked for me every single time. We want to go unnoticed.
Unorthodox.
There's sneaky guys and monsters and like some cute animals sometimes. And I'm going to pick a stick up off the ground. And I'm going to put it in your mouth. Like this. Okay, if you hold the stick like this while you're walking through the forest, you may find fire if the water from the water and the woman from it. You got it?
What?
Okay. And I'm gonna begin leading Kaelinor through the forest. Shh. And it's been a long time since I've been here. It's been a long time since I've been here. I'm trying to see if I think anything is familiar. And I'm just gonna like wander around as I once did as a young lad.
Let's see. I'm gonna say roll me either a history or investigation check, whichever you prefer.
Shit. Is that just him?
Just him.
I'm good at those.
14. You don't know what you're looking at.
That's
Oh,
true.
a 14 is solid. I think you wander through the forest for a little bit, and at first, nothing in particular seems familiar, but then just like the longer you stay and the longer you look, you start remembering things you didn't know even happened, like memories you didn't know you had. And you see like a couple of trees with rocks placed between them, seemingly intentionally. You have a flash of, I think I marked that at some point a long time ago. Or you see some slashes in another tree, as if somebody was here practicing their combat, and you think, was I stick fighting this tree at some point? And over time you start to recollect a little bit more about this forest until you get this deep sensibility that if you follow this sort of trail of rocks left here, that you might find the place you first remember.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna turn to Kaelinor. I think I've been rocking myself well. I think I've been marking these things with rocks, you know, in case I ever came back. A really genius strategy from my genius young mind. I fought that tree. As we walked past the tree, it won. And then I'll get quieter as I'm explaining things, and I'll like a woodland hunter, draw my bow and like stalk my path. And then eventually my instruction is completely nonverbal.
When I see you draw your bow, I'm gonna ask, are you expecting a fight? No? I'm gonna, if he's drawing his bow, I'm gonna take the helmet out, put it on, and then as I kind of put it on my head, dispel the chain and turn it back into my armor.
Hell yeah.
Because that thing is so fucking cool. And
Sick.
I will quietly follow behind Vesper.
I will pass without a trace us as well.
Ooh, I'll draw my sword. Not that that matters.
Yeah. You guys follow these rocks for a little bit. It is a path that seems to be it's not a straight line. But it's not a particular curve either. It seems that these have been placed randomly as you start to get these thoughts of like, oh yeah, young me, he was lost in the forest, and so he laid these out. So it feels kind of just like random, but you know that if you keep following these random things, it'll eventually lead you back to square one.
Mm-hmm.
And you follow them for a while, and you feel this deep feeling that you're getting closer, but as you're approaching, could both of you make me a perception?
Perception, you said?
Yes.
Oof. I'm gonna use my luck for the day.
Okay.
Me too?
I got one better. Nice.
This thing will. You both hear a loud snapping of a twig behind you. Do you turn and
Alright.
point, or do you let fly?
How close is Kaelinor following behind me?
I was like a step or two behind you.
I will turn around so quickly I bump into you and let an arrow off in a not my intended target direction. Like forgetting there's somebody behind me because your footsteps don't exist anymore.
Right.
Whip around and knock into you and just into a tree or something.
I think as the arrow looses, it flies through the foliage of a tree, and then falling from that tree is like a small blue jay that just got by this arrow.
Fuck.
And when you look to see what the twig was, you see just like a coyote, just like hanging out, stepped on a twig. But as this blue jay falls, you hear the bad spirit, hey. He's not all bad.
String stretching sounds.
Kaelinor, you do not hear this.
Okay, I was about to.
Did that bird just talk to us from the afterlife?
Did not speak to me.
They're back. Are you the regular voices in my head? Or is this exposition? And I'll
You get a
turn back
response.
to where we were facing originally. Did you hear it that time?
Didn't hear anything.
Okay, me either. I was just checking you. I'm gonna go get my arrow out of that blue jay.
Cool.
And I'll
Well,
carry it with us.
Well, he
The blue
retrieves
jay or
his
the arrow?
Both.
Okay.
Well, he retrieves that. Can I just do like a 360, just like kind of scope of our
No scope?
surroundings?
Yeah. It's a dense forest here. Not a lot of sunshine getting through the trees, but it's not entirely dark. There are, squirrels about and like that coyote and other birds, and you see ants and spiders crawling around along the trees, but outside of the stones being left, you would imagine it's just a normal forest.
Okay.
As I pick up
Will be done.
the bird and take my arrow out, is the coyote behind us still?
The coyote is after that arrow flew, I think it ran and kind of hid behind a tree, and it's just like you I think you make me a survival check, actually, Vesper.
I will do this. 15.
Yeah, with a 15, I think based on its behavior that you're like treading on its home.
Mhm.
And it doesn't want to leave the area entirely, but it is like trying to avoid you.
Okay. I'm gonna set the dead bird on a rock with intent and leave it. And rejoin Kaelinor. And I guess we can keep going. Hopefully the dog eats the bird. That could have fed me for like a week. They taste better than they look.
You keep following these rocks for a little while until you reach a spot where you can see an abnormal pattern in the grass. Just there's not a clearing or anything here, but you approach and you can see. I think Vesper, you know immediately. This is the first thing you remember. Where this grass seems to have gotten flattened out in this. It's probably a 10-15 foot circle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in this strange pattern of swirls, kind of Fibonacciing out from the center, where some of the grass within it seems to be wilted, while others are blooming, not blooming, but thriving, and vibrantly green.
Hey, dude, we're here.
Is this what you're looking for?
I think so. I'm gonna pull the chain necklace ring that I have on off and put, I guess, on the back, because it probably couldn't go over the front, the ring, and fire an arrow into the middle of the circle.
Which ring is this?
What is it called? Morto Sector Mesha.
Oh, yeah, that one. I fucking forgot about that one. Yeah.
Let me check something.
Fucking sick. You do so. And then I'm gonna need you both to make me another perception check. And I'm gonna put the DC pretty high on this one. It's gonna be I'm gonna call it a 17.
On the money.
Easy.
After this ring is shot into the center of the circle, a while passes where nothing seems to have changed. But then, Kaelinor, as you're looking around for anything different, I think you look down and see on the ring 2 ants crawling around the edge of the ring, as it is sort of the side of it. One is white and one is black.
Well, maybe this isn't the spot. I don't know.
Crouch down and look at that. And... Hey, Vesper, take a look at this. Point it out to him.
Yes, that is the ring that I put on the arrow.
Do you see the ants?
Oh. Ants are an insect.
That is... Yes. Do you see these ants?
Yes. Oh, they're on the ring.
Yes.
You put them there.
Is that... No. Vesper.
Yes.
The one is white, and one is black.
Oh. They're opposites.
Resembling what you're looking for, perhaps?
Oh, you know, now that you mention it, I sometimes see these dragons. And one of them is white, and you saw a black one time, I think.
Yes.
Probably like multiple times. Okay. Well, Kaelinor, you seem to have miscalculated slightly. These are actually ants. And we're looking for dragons. This grass patch is really neat, though.
Okay.
and I'll take the ring back from him, and I'll put it on my finger since I broke my fucking chain. They are kind of funny, though. Little guys.
Are they staying on the ring as he puts it on his hand?
Yeah, I think when you put it on your hand, Vesper, you hear first they were not all bad. And then you hear, he wears him now.
So, Kaelinor, I think I've made a discovery. I think these ants are supposed to mean something more than what I had originally thought. I'm getting the inclination that they are more than just ants.
That is an interesting observation. What experience did you have that made you think that all of a sudden?
Well, as you well know, I hear voices in my head sometimes. But I don't know, I'm getting the vibe that they're more than ants and they might be connected to this whole thing. You remember earlier, sometimes I see this white dragon and a black dragon that you've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Maybe they're connected to that because these are also black and white.
Yes, I believe that is likely. Are you feeling all right, Vesper?
Did I say that already?
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're a little stuck.
Yeah. And I'm like spinning the little ant around. Maybe.
Can I see that for a sec? Do you mind?
The
Don't
ring,
have to
the
take it
ants?
off.
Yeah, okay.
Just like to look at it.
I'll do like
a identify on this ring you put on.
Yeah. You cast identify and you get, this is another use of the identify spell.
The voices.
No, this is my voice, Vesper. You don't hear this one.
Wait, I thought it was out loud.
Is it?
Yeah, it's out loud.
Do you hear it?
Oh, really?
Like
Oh.
Archmage, old-timey sounding
Gotcha.
voice that
Yeah. Yes, Vesper, this one's me. This one's me. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
the identify goes, I have no idea what the hell this is. This has been another use of the identify spell.
That's what I'm
Vesper,
saying.
maybe you should take that off.
Take what off?
The ring.
I just put it on. Does it clash with the robe? Because I'm not fucking taking the robe off. I don't know why. I just think it
the
goes
robe's the robe's fantastic.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
He
you should take the
returns
ring
to
off.
us now.
Vesper?
Hello?
Vesper?
I'll say that into the void a couple times, I guess.
He will work against us.
I mean, I wouldn't say against necessarily. This guy's here. Are we both standing in the circle?
Misunderstands you. Oh, well, I imagine at least you are. Is
Yeah.
Kaelinor?
I mean, I just touched his hand, so.
He misunderstands you, mortals.
That is likely true, yes. Hi, I'm Vesper. This is my friend Kaelinor.
Vesper,
These
what's
are our
happening?
ant friends. Shh, I'm talking to the forest. These are our ant
That's why
friends
I'm
that we found on the ring. Do you want to say hi?
Just gonna kind of like.
You hear a small sigh from the light voice, and then just. We could have at least chosen a. You know, it is probably our fault to begin with, but yeah. And, you hear. I've been telling you this for years.
Did I do something wrong?
You've done nothing wrong, Vesper.
That's not true.
You are.
I cheated on a test. I lied on my resume. I sold children drugs. A lot of them, like, older, like, still young and impressionable, but like a 4-year-old. I don't regret it. It just, you know, it lives with me.
This is such a hard, one-sided conversation to listen to.
You have not wronged us, Vesper.
Oh, okay.
Do you recall our time in the realm between realms?
If you're referring to the open space with like an inch of water on the ground and that like really fucking annoying kid, yeah, it was like millions of years, I think, probably. Really boring. Could use an upgrade with like snacks. TV channels sucked. I don't know what that means. I just read it in this joke book that was... I might have made that joke book up too.
Enough of your insolence.
You made me drop my joke book.
You are not what we expected.
What did you expect?
Your parents were more prepared, perhaps more capable.
I don't know if I should be more offended at doubting my capability or more like, huh? Are you like friends of like my blood? Do we go way back? I'm sorry, I have memory problems. I hear voices in my head. Look, all I remember about being here... Hold on. Actually, maybe that'll jog my memory a little bit. And I pull out my sword and slice my fucking gut open.
Vesper.
It's fine.
Yeah, you fall unconscious very briefly after.
Oh, be right back.
Can I do a cure wounds on him after he hits the ground?
Yes, you may. In this time between, you hear only the dark voice for a time. While I have you, you seem to misunderstand death.
Yeah, it's kind of unclear, admittedly.
You think it evil. You think it bad. This is wrong. Death is a necessary part of life.
It's the last part of life. I understand that.
Without death, life cannot exist, as it overwhelms itself, takes away from others. One must make room so the new can thrive.
Thanos was right. Sorry, you don't know that yet. I read it in a book in the future. Yeah, that makes sense. I get that. Balance and things. It's just a little bit looming, you know. Everybody is like, how do I die? You know, that's crazy. Death is scary, you know. I think it's not so much death. It's the whole, like, I'm not living anymore thing that people really can't get behind.
Kifo understood.
Is that the other guy?
Your father.
So we are friends.
Hayat cared less for me. But know, as you rise, I am not your enemy. I am weak only to accomplish what must be done.
And what must be done? Non-enemy.
Cure Wounds takes its effect as you stand
Never
scarred
mind.
across your
Never mind.
center again.
Nope. No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it yet. I didn't click the spell slot. Fuck.
I had assumed you already did it, but
Nah, I mean, for all intents and purposes, yes, because I didn't know that conversation was happening. But god damn it.
Oh, Kaelinor, did you get taller?
Vesper, what the hell?
Dude, you're like 9. Oh, and I stand up. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that totally worked. That's exactly how I remembered it. Less specific dialogue, more like scared adolescents. Yeah, we're in the right place.
Can you tell me what happened?
Now his friend can work for me as well.
I'll point to Kaelinor, and then back to myself.
He is marked.
Huh.
He is useful.
Okay, so get this.
Please.
That thing on your arm, can I see it? With your permission, may I bleed your arm again, sir?
If you think it will help.
I honestly am kind of just, I know this may come as a surprise, winging it here. I don't remember a lot. I hear voices in my head sometimes. As I make a small slice lightly across your arm.
The blood drips a deep black.
Do you see how this blood is black? Do you see
Yes.
this ant? And how it is, well, most ants are black, actually. That's not what's special. But the other one being white and this one being black you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
I
Vesper.
think that this is
Can I
connected to
just-
the dragon.
Can I just real quick say that you have seen these two appear as both fish and a fox and wolf before?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yes, Vesper. I believe the association between the black dragon and the black ichor in my veins is a reasonable one. Yes.
That's the voice I just heard while I was down there in the grass.
Okay.
It's
what
the
did
same
voice
you
say
saw
to you?
In,
Can you
oh,
please,
yes.
Vesper? What did the voice say to you?
It said something like,
You were misunderstanding me, my guy. And, death is, like, kind of chill like that. And I have to do certain things. And, something about your dad. And, like, he was cool. And also, your friend's name is Mark. And he's gonna be useful to me and something.
and then the other voice that I think is the other dragon,
Yeah.
was like, you know what I mean? I've been telling you, like, they're kind of chill like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you understand the seriousness of this situation that we're in.
Not. I understand there is severity, but I do not understand the situation. Could I see the ring?
Yeah. I'll take it off, trying to avoid squishing the ants.
Put the ring on.
You putting the ring on?
I'll put the ring on.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Not good. 7.
You feel an immense amount of pain.
Great.
You hold on.
This is
You are
good.
going to take 20 points of necrotic damage. As then you
Great.
take 5. You get 5 points of radiant healing immediately after that. So you're gonna,
What?
you're only gonna go down 15.
What? Roller
But
coaster.
Just an immense pain in your hand, followed by a slight fight against that as it continues on, and then suddenly your ability to see the forest around you is gone, and you see only inky blackness.
What does that look like from my point of view? Is there anything different?
He just appears to be standing still in whatever position he was before.
Okay, I will go on talking as if you're listening about dumb shit for a minute while this happens.
Oh, I'll call out, I think. Like, hello?
You return.
That's me. I can hear that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want from me?
I want to take my course.
What does that mean?
If not for our kin, you would be dead long ago. You are not meant for this realm.
Unfortunately for you, I'm still standing here.
Indeed. And I prefer it that way.
Are you able to get the rock out of my arm?
You hear a long silence that feels quite deliberate before it may take yet some convincing. But he's starting to see your value.
Care little about my value to an inefficient god.
Inefficient. Yes. We never should have allowed another.
Another?
Kifo, Hayat were mistakes. Then for Vesper to come of them has only slowed me down.
Slowed you down.
He fights against me. He saves those who are not meant to be saved.
Well, tough shit, I guess. I'm gonna take the ring off, or try to. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, as you pull it off, you feel like a pain was, you weren't feeling it while you were in there, but as you take it off, you feel like your body was still in pain there, and it subsides as you remove it.
Gonna kind of like, maybe almost shaking a little bit, hand the ring back to Vesper.
So it's all connected somehow. Whoa, are you okay?
Not really. Oh, they spoke to me.
The voices?
Yeah.
The angry one and the nice one?
Yeah, I feel like,
Okay.
I don't know that I got much new. I feel like I'm kind of caught up to you, but I don't like that low voice.
No, that's the mean one.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah, he keeps threatening like my friends and you, and has something to do with like your arm stuff, right?
Very.
That's as far as I
specifically.
get. I don't fucking know what he wants.
He wants death.
Well,
Does not like that you're a healer.
hey man, the party needed a, you know.
I think you do excellent work, Vesper.
Hmm.
And I I mean, to his point, many of us, if not all of us, would likely be dead were it not for your healing. And he wants death.
Well, you can go die then somewhere, dude. Leave us alone. We're trying to like do something else over here. It's kind of inconvenient.
Dude,
I mean,
you're not
I'll
wrong.
turn around and shout into the forest. I mean, it's not like I don't also kill like a lot of things. I'm not exactly happy about that, but I fireballed a lot of cockroaches yesterday, dude. Is that not like enough? And like some real people a couple times. That's kind of the thing, you know? A balance.
You as you wait for a response, I think you notice along the ring remains only the white ant. And it responds to you. You strike a great balance. You do our bidding well. With but one exception. This exception shall go on, for I deem it so. You have my blessing. And Keelan, you don't hear this because you don't have the ring, but they finish the sentence with, "You have my blessing, Kaelinor." And as this is spoken, you feel the darkness around your arm that has reached your shoulder shrink back towards the gem. It still remains within your forearm, and there is still inky blackness around it, but it has been significantly improved.
I would like to think that since he'd already kind of been looking at my arm, that like my sleeve's up and we can kind of like see that as it happens. I don't hold it out and like kind of do I feel it?
Yeah, I think it feels like your arm has been asleep for a long time, and it is slowly regaining its feeling. Not that it was ever truly numb, but that kind of idea.
Right. Yeah.
The ant gone?
The ant disappears immediately after.
Oh, looks like I figured out how to heal your arm a little bit. You know?
Is that you?
It's pretty cool. No. I would like to claim this, and I'm gonna tell everybody else that I did. But the white ant, dragonfish, fox, spirit, voice, friendship, said, something, you have my blessing, Kaelinor. You know? I know you didn't
Really?
hear that because I hear voices in my head. Yeah.
Bet you do.
I don't know if you know this.
Referring to you as the exception because I allow it. And that I have struck a great
Because
balance.
You?
No.
Oh.
It.
Oh.
But I think I'm the vessel for that mistake existing. Not that
That
you're a
is-
mistake, you know what I'm saying?
Well.
Usually. But I think
According to
from
them.
their perspective, that shouldn't have
Uh.
happened. And we changed the course of history like we do in the fucking rifts. And then the ant was gone.
And then the ant was gone.
Yeah. Which
Interesting.
leads me to believe that that was like parting words and the ants were representing the dragons. And they were with us in the forest and now they're not. It does the ground look the same?
The ground looks the same, yeah.
Oh. Boy. Lots to ponder. I'm not really sure what to do from here.
I'm gonna start gathering some rocks from the surrounding area, and in the middle of the circle, sort of make like a little rock pile, if that makes sense.
A rock pile?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, Vesper. Do you think you're about ready to go catch up with the rest?
Yeah, we probably should. We did give them a very specific time that we were gonna meet
Yes.
up. Yeah.
Do you mind if we sit for a quick moment and take maybe a short rest? Cause that ring hurt me quite a bit when I put it on.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks like you got better. A balance.
That was after. It was when I first put it on. It was like
Oh.
consumed in darkness, and like a jolt hit me.
Yeah, I thought you weren't listening to the stuff I was saying.
I couldn't hear you. It was pitch black. I could only hear the.
I'll tell you about it later.
voices.
It was a good story.
Well, I mean,
I'll take my rest by putting a cut in my hand and letting it drip onto the pile of rocks for 10 minutes.
Yeah, awesome and horrifying. You both can take a short rest.
I'm gonna jot a lot of notes down about the experience, Ted, and arcane recovery, some spell slots.
Red. When the 10 minutes pass, are you boys ready to make your way to the rift?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. You both walk in. Not far from the place where the others walked in, and you get the same description. A wall in the distance. Vesper, could you make me a history check with advantage?
Ah.
I think you are looking for a low number.
This is good.
What?
17.
With a 17, you are stopped in your tracks for a moment as you see this town. Again, it's not one you remember, but there is a deep feeling of dread within you. You're not really sure why.
Vibe check, Kalinar. How we
Is
feeling?
that something you're saying, or
Yes.
are you,
To you, Kalinar, same description as the others. Just looks like a cozy little town.
doesn't seem too threatening. I wonder where our friends have gone. Think they just went inside?
Knowing them, they probably tried to plan a really elaborate thing to get in, completely skipped the fact that Maeve could turn into a fly, walked to the front gate, tried to bribe them, maybe they passed a few checks, found out some useful-ish information, and went to sit on a bench.
Gonna scan the wall very carefully for Kinfath trying to run up it.
You do not see Kinfath running up it.
Well, maybe you're right. Should we try and head inside?
We decided we would.
Yeah, probably. I get the heebie-jeebies, I learned that word recently, about this place. So you go first. And I'm gonna, like...
Sure. I will, walk up to the gate.
A man in a white robe looks at both of you and goes, "Yeah, no, you're them. Your friends are inside."
Oh, are they now?
I'm assuming
tell you-
anyway. They said something like, if you see my and with but
And they're very cool.
I
Yeah,
think
that-
that was you.
That was them.
Big furry guy, flower armor, old man.
Yes, yeah, no, that was them. Can you guys hear me right now? I still look muted up here.
Yep.
You do.
I see the symbol that says muted, but I can't hear you.
Cool. Yeah, they're just inside. I'm sure they haven't gone far.
Thank you very much. Kind of suspiciously walk
Oh,
in.
by the way, what year is it?
Oh, it's 10,000 1078.
Very good. You passed the test.
That was a good year.
Did you
All
say
right.
that out loud? That was a
Yes.
good year.
Yes. Okay, we go inside.
Not far away, sitting on a bench that's only meant to accommodate 3, you see 5 people sitting.
Great.
Oh, hey guys.
Greetings, citizens.
Did
We
you
just-
guys?
we
You
just
guys
kinda
know
walked in.
that?
Yeah, it seems like it was pretty smooth sailing.
I actually have the most recent place that our friend, as I kind of like wink sarcastically, I actually have the most recent location our friend was at. It was way too easy.
Suspiciously easy.
Oh, definitely. It's like right over there with the red door. Like I can basically see it.
Are you pointing at it?
Sure.
Well, shall we go spring this trap and get it over with?
Yeah. You guys find what you were looking for?
Not quite.
No.
Did we notice Kalinor's arm is better? Question mark.
My sleeve's down.
Okay.
I did feed a wild dog a blue jay. Well, I hope I did.
Did happen.
Well,
Interesting.
sorry you guys didn't find what you were looking for.
We
Whatever,
found
please.
some stuff. Lots of questions.
We're getting more pieces of the puzzle bit by bit. One day we'll make the picture.
Mm-hmm. I think we're kind of
That,
fucked.
That feels like a can of worms we should open up at a campfire.
Yeah.
Do we want to head over to this place over here? Is everyone good?
Hell yeah, let's fucking do it.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
like bust down a door and make a scene. As we do.
Do we want to prep anything before we go in? Just in case.
As you all are discussing prep, you see a woman walking down the road towards your bench with 2 others in tow. Again, one in black and one in white. She has a combination of both on her robe. And she approaches you all, and anybody who wants to can make me an insight check about her, if you want.
Hell yeah.
Ebenezer doesn't miss.
True.
Ooh, net 20.
14? That might be a miss. Ebenezer's first miss ever.
Not your type.
I think Kalinor and definitely Kenfath.
Sick.
I only see 5. There's only 5 rolling.
I would not have.
Okay. Kinfath, you get a feeling of almost regalness about the way she carries herself. Not, she doesn't appear to be royalty, but she appears to be very important and to think of herself as quite important. But you see the look on her face of not recognizing all of you and not at first being unsure about you all, but then she corrects herself before approaching.
Interesting. She seems fancy. I'll whisper to Ren.
Welcome, friends. I don't recognize any of your faces.
Matron, I presume.
A matron motherly, indeed.
Yeah, we're new. Just walked in from the actually above the table. South?
North.
North.
We just walked in from.
Well, we don't often get such unexpected visitors. Usually people are brought in with another or invited by some, but I'm not against your presence. I'm glad you're here.
Well, we had a loose connection to somebody who I think recently joined.
Oh, who's that?
If I look around the group right now, what's the general vibe I'm catching?
You told us all the stuff about, well, the group Team B, about how there's like discontent that Luther's here, right?
Yeah, I would have. I assumed we were sitting on the bench for a while.
Then I would almost attempt to convey a sort of like, maybe not our friend. So, but go for it. Otherwise,
I'm confused about who this person.
Where did I leave off and what I was saying before I looked?
We were loosely connected, and she said, "Oh, who's that?"
We were loosely connected to. He went by Luther years back.
I'm gonna have Kinfath and now Ren make me an insight check.
ooh. Oh, 17.
Carry me, Kinfath.
Kinfath, you immediately again see her very pleasant demeanor falter for just a moment as she hears his name. Again correcting herself properly. Yes, he's a bit of trouble, but anyone can be redeemed, right?
Trouble? What kind of trouble?
Oh, he's sowing the seeds of disbelief in the very things that we stand for here.
And forgive me, I've heard a lot of rumors, but I don't think rumors would probably do it justice, and I figure you would know more than anyone. What is this? And I'll gesture to the whole thing, like the whole community.
Well, this is Cernel, but much of Cernel is also samsara. A religion.
Yeah, Luther isn't. Sorry. Yeah, we're loosely connected to Luther, but it's not been on the best of terms always. You know, if he's been a problem for you, I can assure you he's also been a problem for us in the past. I don't want to disrupt anything, but maybe there's a solution?
Well, if you can talk some sense into him, I'm not against the idea. Of course, you all are welcome here. I'd love to have any of you as a part of our community. I simply want to shelter those without it, to bring life to those who need it.
Why do you let him stay? Why do you keep him around if he's caused issues? If he's actively going against the community, why would you keep him around?
Not entirely by choice. She turns to the two behind her, and she goes, 4321, would you wait for me in my office? They both bow and head off. Once they're out of earshot, she goes, I have tried to remove him, though even that is a bit controversial. Some seem to think he's a bit of a chosen one, that he can do things similar to me.
When you say remove, what do you mean by remove?
I'll just get him beyond the city walls. He is not ready to be guided into his afterlife, but he is not welcome here as far as I'm concerned. Which is a rare thing, may I say.
I can reassure you, he's not supposed to be here. What if there was a way we as outsiders could take care of the problem? Keep your hands clean and maybe not disrupt the community too much.
If you can do this quietly, all the same, but you should know, while many are loyal is not the right word. I don't want to imply that anyone is subservient. We're all equals here, but while many are, for lack of a better word, loyal to me, he has many behind him here. He has swayed enough of the population that they believe him their savior. It may not be so easy to do it as quietly as you think, though I fully support that.
Are there any, I don't know, privileges you could provide us while we're here?
Well, everybody has privileges here. Nothing is off limits to anyone. What was it you were looking for?
Like eyes, ears, info, anything that could help us, keep this under wraps.
I will have one of my most trusted advisors, number 25, look out for anything that may be trailing you or any important information, and we can pass it along.
Have you numbered all of your followers?
I have not numbered them, no, merely the circumstances of life.
What does that mean?
A name here is unnecessary. There aren't we only even use those numbers when we need to refer to one in particular, though largely we are just one. We all are all each other. We are connected. If I am a body of collective consciousness, and the universe, its arcana, spreads throughout all. It is within me and within them, then are we not the same thing? The numbers are merely the order they were born in. In reverse. It's a bit confusing at times, though. Your number will change, as does time.
Do you happen to have any texts discerning the principles your people follow? Is it anything written down that a newcomer could reference, study?
Oh, well, surely we have texts in the church, though I'm happy to explain our core principles. There are only 3.
Sure.
Well, the people of Samsara, with my guidance, have been given the special ability to judge an individual's soul and determine it as one of 3 things: to be ready to be gently guided into the afterlife, unworthy of their afterlife and ready to start anew, or worthy of their afterlife but not yet done with the mortal plane.
And how is this judgment made?
It's a call of the spirit. It is something someone simply knows.
Huh. How is this tested? This magic, a spell? You said there's a process?
No, ritual of sorts. It's, you know when you know.
Oh, it's okay, I see. I misunderstood.
What would Luther get out of leading Samsara, other than just people following? What is there any end goal, or is there special benefits to being in your position outside of pretty standard leadership?
Health, dental.
Yeah, how are the benefits?
There are benefits to leading this group, though if he knows of them, I would be quite surprised. Although there is something just strangely off about that man. Incredibly charismatic, yes, but...
Sickening.
Well put.
Had some experiences.
Well, I do have a judgment to complete. There in the church. So I must be off. Though, if you need me, do feel free to stop in.
Go ahead. Might be asking the same thing.
Probably. It's probably the second or third time we've done this tonight. Is the judgment something that could be observed? Is that public?
It is allowed to be observed. Certainly. It is, for some, unpleasant to view, but those here know its importance.
I wouldn't mind seeing it.
I would like to understand what goes on here.
Very well.
Sure.
Kind of
If-
at this point, think about Vesper and try and find him in this group and see what he's looking like as this conversation happens.
While that's happening, I'd probably turn to the group real quick and just say, if anybody wants to wait out here, I can meet you out here after it's done.
I'll come with.
Alright.
Ebenezer will stay out.
Okay.
Oh no.
Is anybody else doing it?
I'll stay with Eb.
Thank you for babysitting.
And then what you doing, boy?
I gotta see if the room is true.
Alright.
Vesper,
Yeah.
are you coming? Are you coming with or staying out?
Oh, I don't have any reason not to go one way or the other. If you guys want to go, let's go.
Deal.
As you speak for the first time, Vesper, you still have your hood up, right?
Uh-huh.
Matron Motherly, turns towards you. And I think everybody can see her face, a furrowed brow and surprised look. And she goes, "You, sir, do I know you?"
You do now?
I mean no disrespect, but may I see the face of my new friend? She looks at you for a long time, and then could I have you roll me an insight check?
I do.
With a 19, there's a quiver in her eye that I don't think anybody else quite notices. But she smiles at you. And you know, based on what you saw, that this woman recognizes your face. And I think that's where we'll end this week.
Whoa. Spooky.
Damn.
Your guys' backstory is making sense, is making more sense, but is also not making more sense.
Mhm.
It is so confusing.
I'm struggling with having to operate between the information I'm actually hearing and what Vesper's able to regurgitate.
Good.
Ugh.
I don't want. It sounded like. It sounds like to me, and this is just me theory crafting because I obviously don't know the whole full story. But it sounds like Vesper was supposed to kill Kaelinor, and something happened. Vesper decided not to, and that's led to this whole thing.
So I don't think this is my perception. I don't think Vesper was supposed to kill me, but more so I was supposed to die when I got injured, and instead Vesper saved me. And so I should be dead. The god of death thinks my life is owed to him, and Vesper's keeping me alive. Is how I've heard that. But I mean,
That makes
Vesper might
sense,
know
too.
some shit I don't. So who knows? Maybe he put a bomb in my staff, and all this entire time has been a ruse.
That would be an incredible long con.
I don't. The rock is the confusing. Is almost the most confusing part to me still about all this. I don't know why. I don't know why the rock is there. It doesn't sound like these two mystical figures would put a rock in your arm. Like that's just weird to me.
Oh
So
no,
we've-
that was
part's public
me.
knowledge.
Yeah, it
We've
was
talked about
from
this at great
this.
length. So,
Oh, did we?
Vesper had a stone that he uses as a spellcasting catalyst still. And we were looking at it because it had some interesting magical properties. And while we were experimenting on it, my staff that I used as the wizard being a magic casting person blew up while we were experimenting on it. And the crystal from my staff is what stuck in my arm from that explosion. So it was my own
Oh, so
spell.
that's probably what should have killed you.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
And
Gotcha.
Vesper's stone that he uses as a spellcasting catalyst was the only thing that healed me. When other healers tried to heal my arm, it did not work. So Vesper is
Gotcha.
solely keeping me alive. We talked about that way fucking back when
I'm
Vesper was
remembering
dead.
it.
We had that campfire talk. I expunged all that while Vesper was dead. But that was
Yeah,
probably close to a year ago now in real life time. Like, so
I
it's been a minute.
totally remembered it when you started talking about it.
Yeah, that was like the 5th fucking session.
Yeah, it was early.
I have a rock
I mean,
that's
Block-
related to his rock.
But the thing that tied our rocks was us. It wasn't like some pre-existing.
Cool.
It's a boulder.
It's not just a boulder, it's a dragon, a fox, a fish, an ant.
It's a rock.
Boy,
That was a good
Good shit.
session.
I
yeah,
enjoyed
that was fun.
Yeah, 3 out of 10. I didn't get to swing my sword.
this.
Mm.